All right, so we're definitely about to take a look at these patch notes because I definitely want to see what's going on with some of these characters for sure. All right, so like I said, chat, I have not seen the patch notes for Guilty Gear Strive. I definitely just want to see what's going on with some of these characters because I haven't seen anything of what's happening. Here we go. Universal mechanics. We made more rewarding to use the moves that have been underutilized and techniques requiring challenge inputs while also making the controls more comfortable. System changes. Roman cancel. Canceling into normals or special moves from a Roman cancel now triggers a slowdown effect and limits the tension gauge cost. What? Wait, canceling into normals or special moves from a Roman cancel now triggers a slowdown effect and limits the tension gauge cost. This has the okay. We're just gonna read this here and then usually at the bottom and give you a little bit more of the details for it. Counter hit. Yeah, this is the change we talked about before, right? Some of the moves such as standing P and crouching K now triggers a slowdown effect. Oh, they're doing it for P's and K's. Now triggers slowdown effect on counter hit, making combos not normally possible available. That's really cool. Everybody is going to have more combos now, more combo opportunities because of the extra slowdown effect. That's pretty cool. Flawless defense. We're looking to find a way to improve the issues where sometimes a normal attack will come out when inputting flawless defense. Yes, that's a huge problem. I know a lot of people had that problem. However, due to a high chance of losing control responsiveness while changing the current input method, we addressed the issue by adding a faultless defense button. Praise be. We already knew about this change, but once again, just happy that it's inside the game that we're finally getting a faultless defense button, because I always found it weird that we had a taunting button, but we didn't have a faultless defense button. I'm like, bro, why am I getting counter hit? Because I'm like sort of plinking my button trying to FD, and I just get like a normal rather than that. I just get counter hit and, you know, die with Millia because of this problem. So that's very interesting that that is happening. Revised input mechanism for moves with the same input for the ground and aerial versions. For example, Baiken, the Tamagashi, 236K, Aero K, as a measure to make up for the uses of the ground and aerial version distinct for the characters. When a special move was input as a jump started, the aerial version would come out at a low height in mid-air. If an upwards direction was inputted, this resulted in strict input requirements. So we made the ground versions activate even when an upwards input is included. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, this change is a little bit scary. Is this reading as what I'm thinking it does? Does this mean that there will no longer be TKs inside the game? Like TKs are gone? It sounds like they're taking out TKs. Now they're taking out TKs in this method. So there's still a way to do a TK, which I call it the manual TK, is what I call it. So essentially, and this is something that you would want to do with Baiken back anyway, was if you press up and then did the motion, you'll get the TK and you'll get a more cleaner version of the TK that way with her when it comes to like the fan hit. Because if you do it normally, for some reason it added like extra, like, I don't know, landing recovery or something. But if you did it, like if you press up and then do it, it landed you in the right way to where you were able to get like plus frames. Because if you do it the normal way, you can get grabbed if you try to press like 5p. But if you do it with up and 236, then you won't get grabbed. So you could probably still do 2Ks if this is going to change the way we do it. It's just you're going to have to do it probably more in the manual way from now on. This is a very interesting change, and I'm curious on why this. I mean, obviously it tells us apparently people were having issues with certain things, which I don't know, that's pretty weird. But hey, if that's the way they want to do it, I guess we're just going to get used to the new method of trying to do a TK. Just implement the up first before you do the input, rather than doing the up last, right? That'll be the new way. Pretty interesting that that's going to be the new case. Is this going to make TKs something that's harder to do on like opponents that are not already in block stun? Like doing a raw TK is probably going to be more difficult to do. Note about move input. So priority system for 236 and DP special moves is referred to the general input mechanism of the game, not to a change made in this patch. So it's just giving us an example of something right here, I guess. Special moves canceling into overdrive before coming out. This change, although it has several purposes, is mainly intended to make it easier to perform overdrives where part of the input is the same as the special move. Example, Faust, what could this be? And what could this be? You could cancel the special move into overdrive. So okay, so I'm guessing you could do the first part of it and then like cancel it before the like startup comes out. That's pretty weird. I wonder if this is going to have any other implementations. Like, you know how people like delay things into special moves. What if you delay into a special move, but a person does a super and the screen flash? You know, with the screen flash, you could actually input things during the screen flash. I wonder if you could input the super while you were in the middle of doing the special move during the screen flash, because it's allowing you to cancel into the overdrive before the move actually comes out. So this may actually help you in those situations too. I'm just thinking about it. Input priority for normal moves. Under certain conditions, inputs for crouching normals and command normals will now prioritize over standing normals. For example, previously the input down slash during the hit stop or close slash is released down quickly for standing would come out. Sounds like a very weird issue. I didn't really understand that this was something that happened. Other universal changes for characters. Jumping attacks. As many characters had less utility for jumping P compared to others, their other aerial attacks were adjusted to blowback effect on hit, making it easier to convert into a combo. Nice. So they're buffing jump attacks again. So they really want, like, your air hits to matter in the game now. That's good. And JP is being one that they're talking about. JP is a normal that you don't see a lot of use inside of this game just because of how it functions. It really has a lot of blowback. Like, you use it and all you can pretty much do is like JP, 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 JP. So they're changing that to where this isn't basically the case anymore. This is a pretty good change. Dash cancels. While they're previously only available to some characters, all characters with dashes can now cancel their standing K and close slash. This is a dangerous change, bro. So every character now is going to have 2 dash cancels available to them. It says ones that have dashes. Who don't have dashes? Nago. Did it count hop dash as one? So I guess Leo. So Nago and Potemkin don't have it, I guess. Everybody else has this. And yeah, so close slash and standing K are going to have this. This is ridiculous. In addition to increasing the variety of offensive options, this also creates new combos if you quickly cancel the dash into a special move. Dang, so new combo opportunities for every character as well. They're talking about here. They probably already did something and probably know that this is the case. So that sounds very interesting. I can't wait to see how people utilize that. Everybody's going to have some soul combos now. Wow. Overall damage adjustments. Uh-oh, this is good. Some highly used moves with great versatility has had their damage decrease. Overdrive that work well as counterattacks had their attack startup recovery revised with their damage remaining unchanged to make it easier to punish when they are blocked. Oh, this is a good change. This is a huge change. Especially if it's going to make these things better to deal with when they're in the air. I think I read one like that. So I'm guessing this is a universal thing where everybody's like reversals are going to be just much easier to punish even if you block them in the air. That's a huge change for sure. Roaming cancels. Now trigger a slowdown effect when canceling into a normal or special move. The slowdown effect is only triggered when in close proximity to the opponent. Now causes the tension gauge to gradually deplete. Does not apply to yellow roaming cancel. I mean, that makes sense. This is interesting. So all roaming cancels now are going to cause the meter to gradually deplete. So it's not going to just take your meter away. It's going to gradually deplete. And the slowdown effect is only triggered when you're in close proximity like before. Now triggers slowdown effect when canceling into a normal or special move. That is interesting. So do we get the initial slowdown and then every time you press a button is this going to be like draining your meter slowly and you're going to get slowdown effects for that time too? This is a change I have to see, and like you just have to see it, right? This is one of, like, we only got 1 or 2 more days to think about this, and like it's one of those changes where like we just have to see it at this point. Blue roaming cancel made the timing for canceling into a normal or special move faster. Okay, cool. Interesting. That's pretty interesting. So canceling the normals or special moves are going to be faster for this. That is going to be pretty good. Purple roaming cancel made the timing for canceling into a normal or special move faster. So once again, okay. The slowdown effect for the purple cancel now ends with a attack lands. Oh, I think I know what they're doing here. So for purple RC, it seems like they're trying to lessen the combos that you get from this. Like sometimes there's really no reason to do the it's basically like a lesser version of a blue RC is like basically what it was. And like basically you could get like 2 slowdowns, but now you're going to get 1 slowdown. I'm guessing they don't want it to be as strong as blue cancel was. So you're probably going to be using this less for combos and more just for like your block strings and stuff like that. I'm thinking this is going to nerf some combos because of how this is going to work now. Certain combos I think are not going to be as effective because you're only going to get the slowdown on 1 attack rather than 2. I'm thinking this is what this change is going to mean here. Red roaming cancel no longer applies any type of scaling. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. No type of scaling on any of the roaming cancels. That is pretty interesting. So now this is also, like I said, giving probably more combo opportunities for even more characters, because there are probably some combos that were probably better to do, or reasons you will probably want to use the red Roman cancel in certain ways, but you couldn't because you had to like wait to the slowdown. So it's probably better to use the purple and stuff like that. This is probably going to give characters more interesting combos, because you know, with the red RC, you know, you can pop them up in the air really fast when you go up, or like move them forward with the forward one and move closer to them and stuff like that. Many different things you could do. So this is probably going to open up the doors for some combo optimizations that weren't there before, because now you don't have to worry about the damage scaling effect. That is pretty good. Blue Psych Burst. When a player inputs Psych Burst before the opponent overdrives activate, the Psych Burst activation will no longer be canceled. What? When a player inputs Psych Burst before an opponent's overdrive activate? That was the thing that happened. As far as I know, when a person overdrives, when a person bursts, and you overdrive, the burst just hits the overdrive. As far as I know. I don't remember there ever being this occurrence. It might have been like a bug or very rare occurrence or something like that. Fix the bug. With the activation of the Psych Burst, hitbox would be delayed under certain circumstances. When activated above a certain height in the air, the speed the character rises at is now reduced. Oh, that's good. So now it's going to be easier to burst certain things. You know how like sometimes when you do the burst in the air, your character like sort of pops up, so you sort of whiff your burst. It's going to be less likely for you to whiff your burst as much, because it's going to take longer for the character to, I guess, like pop up in the air like that now. So this is probably going to help it to where you're going to be able to get those burst situations off a little bit better in the air, because air bursting is a little bit tight when a person is like on the ground and you're trying to like, you know, burst like maybe like a close last, maybe it's like the last or second to last hit before you die or something. You really got to burst as normal. So you're not going up in the air as high no more. That's going to be something very good. Input priority. During hit stop, moves that require a down input such as crouching normals and moves that require a forward input such as command normals are now prioritized over standing normals and jumping normals. Okay, I don't really know what that would entail, but okay. Some jumping normals. Depending on the current movement speed of the attacking character, the launch and blowback of the opponent on hit now changes. This is pretty good. This changes applies to jumping normals not previously impacted by the above mechanic. So once again, just adding more combo opportunities for jump normals and stuff like that universally throughout the cast. I think it's going to be very good. Special moves can now be canceled into overdrive before the move comes out. We talked about that. Some overdrives are now affected by the prior movements, such as dash momentum. Added a flawless defense button. We talked about that. Decreases the amount of tension gauge depleted when block. Oh, they didn't say this though. So you're gonna lose less meter for blocking attacks. This is a pretty good change for FD. Dang, FD is really eating. Now we got an FD button. Now you don't get the, you don't go -2 for using FD, like, because you add on 2 frames of block stun before they took that change away. So now that no longer happens, and now it takes less tension gauge when you're using FD. So using FD is just something that they really are trying to get people to utilize a little bit more and try to make it easier for people to use. I respect that. Wall stick. When the wall stick initiates simultaneously with the super flash of certain overdrives, the wall stick effect. Okay, these sound like bug fixes and stuff. Fix the bug where there will be a variation in distance between the characters after the wall break sequence. Man, I don't know what type of bug you guys were encountering, but apparently they trying to fix these things. Another throw bug. Fix the bug where the risk level would deplete more than intended when activating Roman cancel during a throw under certain conditions. Okay. Aerial direction switch. Characters now switches directions to face the opponent when canceling from some jump normals into other moves late into the animation. Oh, this sounds good. And particularly this sounds really good for say like character like Millia. Character switches directions to face the opponent when canceling some jumping normals into other moves late into the animation. So if I do like JD jump cancel over dash and JD again, you're telling me this is gonna like swap now in a better way and stuff like that. And now with the change for Millia, because I saw the one change with the JD, the pop-up, yeah, this may actually affect some other characters that got some good things like that too. So I can't wait to see how that people are gonna play with that. Standing P, yeah, also all these are now slow down effects. Yeah. Jump landing. Fix the bug where sometimes only crouching moves would be performed under certain conditions. Weird. Standing K can now be dash cancel, right? Does not apply to Potemkin or Nagoriyuki. Okay, so it does apply to the hop step characters like Geo and Leo. Okay, cool. Now launches opponents less than previously when used multiple times in the same combo. Interesting. So they're taking out juggles a little bit. This is going to affect a couple of characters actually. This may affect this is definitely going to affect Soul, and it's definitely going to affect some combos you see from like Nago And I think Geo uses this sometimes too. You know, not gonna be like 5k, 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 6h. And you know, Soul, he does like 5k, Bandit, 5k, Bandit, and then like does the second hit, get the wall launch, and then like, you know, didn't do a super or some of that. That's gonna be probably going. They're doing the same thing, it looks like, for close slash too. So it's gonna be a lot less close slash juggle. So a lot of times where you see characters juggling with close slash, once again, Soul's a big prime example of that, and some other characters that do it. I guess Millia does it sometimes too. I wonder if is this going to affect Millia in some way. You usually don't do this much, but it does come up in certain situations where you hit them extremely high, so you have to do it. But I think she'll still be okay. I wonder if it's going to change the like gravity drastically though, so we have to see. And of course, both of them can be dash canceled. Some hurt boxes adjust the size of some hurt boxes while taking damage. Mid damage hurt boxes that were more difficult than others to hit during combos have been expanded. Okay, nice. So basically, neutral is going to be a better aspect in the game. That's what I heard. Adjusted some hurt boxes while taking damage. Mid damage hurt boxes that were more difficult than others to hit are now going to be easier to hit. They added neutral to the game. That's what I heard. All right, cool. So now we about to get into the characters. How we looking so far, chat? When the lore said, let there be neutral. Damn skippity, bro. Neutral added to the game. I like that. I like the sound of that. That's the words of my people. All right, Soul Bad Guy. Adjustment to crouching K and sweep. Improves Soul's low attack options, strengthening his ability to pressure the opponent. Okay. Volcanic Viper has been improved as an offensive tool with adjustments to his hitbox and more, as there was a window with no active hitbox directly as Soul extended. Really? Meaning it would not always function as an invincible move. Interesting. On the other hand, his standing K and far slash were too strong. Compared to other characters, their performance has been decreased while leaving the greatest strength, the attack startup and recovery on block as is. Interesting. So first thing, standing K, decrease attack level, increase base scaling, now depletes more risk level. Oh, so you're not gonna do massive damage off of it, and increase the base scaling. Increase combo blowback scaling on combos with standing K. Okay, this change actually makes a bunch of sense, and I'm gonna tell you why, chat. We just learned that this game universally is going to have counter hit slowdowns on K. This man K, compared to other Ks, could not stay the same. In the way that they're trying to make punch and kick buttons now inside of this game with the slowdown effect and the combos and stuff you're going to be able to get, with as much damage as this character already got off his standing K, if he anti-aired you with it and stuff like that, this could not stay the same. They had to change this. They had to change this move. So it makes it more in line with how other characters' Ks may work. This change makes sense. I'm actually okay with this change. Crouching K, decrease knockback. So basically, I'm guessing this means his 2K 2D is going to get better because it's going to decrease the knockback. So that's good. Bar standing slash, decrease damage. No! What do you mean? I can't just punch no more? 6S? Decrease damage? No! So, what happened? We increased the recovery of 6H? What do you mean? Increased recovery? So the move is going to be more punishable now. Jeez. Okay. Expanded upwards hitbox. Decreased the knockback. Oh, so when he knocks you down with it, he's actually probably going to get Oki off of it now. Okay. So increase the recovery, but it actually is going to be a better tool. So he could probably do like, you know, 2P into the 6H and probably get something off of it now. Maybe. Sweep, extended frontal hitbox and hurtbox. Increase horizontal blowback distance. So to increase the horizontal blowback distance, not decrease, but increase, he sends you further away now off his sweep. This could be a good change. Some people may think this is a bad change. This probably could be a good change because if he 2K 2Ds and he's close to the corner and it's pushing you further away, he could probably like get you to the corner a little bit better or something. I don't know. JK now launches opponent's hit. Okay, so these are the changes that they're saying are universal, right? Now launches opponent hit or higher with decreased horizontal blowback. Now launches opponent hit or higher. So just basically, you're going to be able to use these normals better in combos and stuff. JD, reduce frontal hurt box. Now causes less wall break value. So more dust loops. Interesting. More dust loops. Ground throw, decrease recovery upon successful throw. Decrease recovery. So he's going to be able to run up in your face faster now. Gunflame Feint also decrease recovery. Oh wow, Gunflame Feint may actually be something useful in like block screens to like reset your pressure and stuff, because that's what it was used for before. You've seen it sometimes, like people like do it, a Gunflame Feint right in your face and like command throw you or something, wow throw you. Like you've seen it used in like pressure and stuff before in like previous Guilty Gears, but in this game it's really just used to cancel your like recovery on the wall, just so you could get like the hit that you need. Nobody really uses for anything else in this game, but it may have some different use now. Volcanic Viper. Soul is now in a standing position on landing rather than crouching. Interesting. Added a hitbox direction after ascent begins, and a hitbox now remains throughout. Okay. Expanded hitbox during ascent and reduced hurtbox. Can no longer be roaming cancel while the opponent gold psych burst is active. While blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. That's a good change. But wait, can no longer be roaming canceled while the opponent gold psych burst is active? What does that mean? Wait. Does this mean if you have burst available, they can't RC? Am I reading this correctly? Wait, but gold psych burst is when you gold burst. Gold psych burst is when you gold burst though. So this may be like a weird bug fix or something that happened or something. I don't know. That's a weird change. A Volcanic Viper S. Increase attack startup. Damn. So he's no longer gonna have extremely fast DP. Then they nerf his DP a lot then. So SDP is gonna be easier to safe jump. He's gonna be easier to safe jump regardless. And if you block his DP in the air, you're probably gonna get guaranteed punishes now. This is good. And I think I read this. We read this like across the board. Like this is gonna be easier to punish now, right? This is crazy. Night Raid Vortex now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback. Okay, so he basically get better combos off of Vortex. That's fair. Fafnir reduced lowered hitbox. You telling me now I can actually hit my man with lows and he's not gonna smoke me? Okay, I like this. He's not gonna smoke me for doing the low. Tyrant Rave, increased attack startup and increased recovery, so just easier to punish now. That's good. It can be kind of difficult to punish this move, especially if the first attack whiffs and you get hit by the second part, like you block the second part. It can be kind of hard to get in and get a punish on him, so it's probably gonna be easier to get that in now. All right, let's see what this boy Kai got. The recovery of Dire Clot has been decreased, making it easier to buffer after normals. It is now easier to follow up or in the corner. Oh, so he's gonna be less punishable now on that move. The user restriction on stun edge has been revised, and the recovery of aerial stun edge has been decreased, further improving Kai's ability to fight from far range. It is now possible to continue your offense after the opponent blocks Dragon Install. Dragon Install plus? No. It's plus? After activation, the movement speed of his the movement speed of his forward movement dash has been increased, greatly improving his neutral game. So he's gonna be zipping across the fucking screen, and he's plus. Oh lordy. Okay. Crouching K, decreased knockback. We saw this for Soul too. This probably is a universal change then. So they want 2K, 2D to be like pretty consistent across the board, it seems like. 6K, the plus move can now be special canceled. Interesting. That may lead into some interesting combos, some interesting juggles. Like I've seen combos where he do like 5K, 6K, and he could probably do Dire now, maybe. That may lead to some interesting combos. But as far as pressure, I don't think you want to just cancel your plus frames into a special move to make yourself negative. That wouldn't make sense. But for combo potential, this seems pretty good. Close standing slash, reduce recovery. Wait, reduce recovery on his close standing slash? What is it right now? Hold on, I gotta look that up. It's -2, so what is it, even on block? It's like even on block, brother. Okay. Far standing slash, reduce frontal hurt. No. Crouching slash, reduce frontal hurt. No. No. How am I supposed to play neutral versus him? What, he got all disjoints? There's barely anything there. What am I hitting? It was barely anything there. He was already trading with me. So now he just wins. There's barely anything. If I hit him, he's hitting me. So now he just wins. He got 6 disjoints. He got 6H, 2S, and far slash on top of the far slash buff they gave him last time, where it's faster. Oh Lord. Woo. All right, bro. He eating. All right. Boy, I ain't even get down to the real shit yet. What the fuck? Oh man. All right. No, what the fuck? How do I challenge this motherfucker? Now launches opponents higher. Okay, so all these are the same. The JK launches opponent higher. Reduce frontal hurt box on chat. Are they for real? So this motherfucker just can't be challenged no more. What I heard is I am the hitbox. I am the neutral. I am the neutral. So literally this man has like, what is that? That's 2S, /, 6/8, and JS all disjoints now. There's barely anything there to hit. If they're reducing this, that means it's going past his red. Yo, my man, he a problem. He a problem. He officially a problem. Now launches opponent higher hit, decreases horizontal blowback distance, so better combos on jumping HS. Didn't JS launch you downwards? Now it launches the opponent higher. That's going to be pretty weird to look at. JD can now be jump canceled and air dash canceled. Can now cancel into special moves. Now launches. It's a fucking launch. So my man actually can do this in block strings. It launches. He could probably do like close slash, jump cancel, JD, land, close slash or some shit now. Or now he could do like JD into air stun edge because it's special canceled. Now launches his opponent higher. So it launches and launches higher. That's just weird to say. With decreased blowback. Oh, I'm guessing for like when you're using it in the, just using it in the air. Yeah, using it in the air. So better for combos in the air. Can now be canceled into a finishing blow during honing jump. What? What the hell? What the hell does that mean? Ground throw. Reduced recovery. He has reduced recovery on his ground throw. Now launches opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback. So he's get better. He gets way better Oki. Not only is it going to throw them less further away, but it's also reduced recovery. Oh Lord. My man's about to be able to run up charge stun edge. I don't know, but he's going to be able to do something. Oh man. Okay. That sounds wild. Shock state affects now and when Kai takes damage. Okay, I guess that's fair. A little nerfy nerf there. A little nerfy nerf. Stun edge all versions. Usage restriction is now removed after a set amount of time passes. Wait, is this doing what I think it does? Oh, this is super good for Kai. So there's a thing that happens with Kai, if you don't know, where if you make a fireball whiff, he can't throw a fireball for a certain amount of time while because it gotta like go off screen into the distance, into the void somewhere. So until that time, he couldn't throw another fireball. So I usually like use Mirage for Millia and just dashes through and he can't use one for a little bit. Now I think they're going to take away that fucking restriction. He's going to be chucking them shits even if you dodge it. What? Oh my god. And then reduce recovery on aerial stunt. So now on top of the JD now launching, he has reduced recovery on the aerial stun edge. So he may actually be able to do JD stun edge on a block string and be at least safe. Wow. Okay. Charge stun edge. Usage restriction is now removed after a set amount of time. So that one as well. So same thing. If you dodge that one, my man can charge another one, I feel like. Folger arc. Decreased attack level in initial half the active frames. You know what? That's fair. That move does a lot of fucking damage. For getting hit with this move, it does a lot of damage. So now it's not going to do as much damage. But we're reducing the recovery? What do you mean we're reducing the recovery? Isn't this move... Bro, this move is like -1. Bro, it's... On block, this move is... -1 to +1 with or +6 without the shock state. When you add the shock state, it's +4, +11. So you mean to tell me it's always plus? If you're reducing recovery, that means even or always plus. If I block this now, oh shit, bro, that's broke. No, this character's too fucking good. He didn't need all this. He actually didn't need all this. He actually didn't need all this. What the hell? Vapor thrust, expanded lower hitbox. So you can't low profile this motherfucker no more. Oh, you hate to see it, bro. He got a real DP now. He's a real boy. Oh, that sucks. Can no longer be Roman cancel while the opponent... Okay, yeah, we still don't know what that means. When blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. So once again, being able to punish it a lot better. And the Dire now being able to reduce the recovery, so it's going to be less punishable. Increase attack startup on Ride the Lightning. That's fair, because this move was actually able to punish a lot of things that certain characters that a lot of people couldn't punish. Like there were certain things that like I feel like only Kai was able to punish because of how fast Ride the Lightning is. Dragon Install. Increase movement speed of forward momentum, backwards movement, and dash. Decrease horizontal blowback distance and decrease recovery. That's ridiculous, bro. So he's probably going to get Oki on this on hit because of the decreased recovery and blowback distance being decreased. And now it's going to be plus on block, and my man's going to be fucking Sonic out here while still doing that massive chip damage buff that they gave him last patch on the Dragon Install. On top of all these other changes, this character is about to be OD, bro. What the hell? This character is good, bro. I felt like he was already really good, but this is ridiculous. Oh, there's about to be a lot of COD players, bro. Yo, this character about to be good. Why they do that to Soul, but they did this? That's not right, bro. Yo, damn. The king is here. The Unga is going. The Unga did his last bunga, bro. And the king is here. All right, let's see what they did to May. So he's definitely a winner. So hurting. How May looking? The properties of Mr. Dolphin Horizontal and Mr. Dolphin Vertical now vary when the button is held. What? So she got different versions of Dolphin now? Although they are straightforward lunge attacks, now in addition to the prior use, May has options to change the movement distance or active frames depending on how long you held the button. Yo, that sounds pretty cool. Standing P reduces attack startup. Interesting. So standing P is now going to be faster. Okay. Forward P. Adjust animation of character on hit. That's just one of those things we got to see. Standing K is reduce startup again. Okay. She cooking. Crouching K, reduce knockback. So it seems like everybody definitely got this change. 3K, that's the slide move with the anchor. The opponent can now recover after land. Oh shit, it's not a hard knockdown no more. Oh, she got fucked. Damn. So now you can't mash 5P into a hard knockdown no more. That's going. And they just buffed their P. So they buffed the P and then took the K away. Oh dang, okay. Standing heavy slash, decrease the damage. Oh, good. Expanded frontal hurt box during recovery. Oh, I can punish this move now on recovery. That's good. I can punish it now. That's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Crouching HS now launches opponent lower. That's bad. That hurts her combos. That's bad. 4-6. Yeah. So 6 HS. That's going to decrease damage as well. So less damage on the giant anchor move that you can hold. Sweep. Expanded frontal hurt hitbox and hurt box. Okay. I don't think people just randomly be doing sweeps like that, so I don't think that's gonna affect much, but okay. JP, JK, same things as before. Jumping HS, increase recovery. Oh, so the downward anchor move is gonna have more recovery now, so they're probably not gonna be mashing afterwards now. Interesting. Mr. Dolphin Horizontal, all versions, decrease damage. Wow. Active frames now increase when the button is held down. Now maintains momentum after landing on whiff. So these are the new changes. Movement speed now increases when the button is held. No longer hits opponents when more than a set distance apart. What? So at certain points it just don't hit you no more. Reduce recovery on hit. Bro, what did they do to this character? Mr. Dolphin Vertical Heavy Slash version. When the descending part of the attack hits, the opponent now bounces higher with a decreased horizontal blowback distance. Increased speed of the descent after hitting the opponent. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Increased recovery. That's the super. So the super is going to be more punishable. I feel like she got a lot of nerfs. A lot of decreased damage. A lot of like changes in combo opportunities. Her hard knockdown is going. This is, damn, this is kind of rough. But the dolphin thing seems pretty good. Yeah, I can see her doing shit like she does the dolphin. It like she could change the distance. Like she does like the up dolphin. You try to 6P it, or does the forward and it like goes like right in front of your face. 6P whiffs, and then she like, maybe this is why they did the sweep buff. Maybe this is why they did the sweep buff, because now maybe she'll probably be doing stuff and then trying to sweep to punish you. Maybe this is why they did it. And they felt like probably with this change, maybe the K will be too good because they buffed the P. They buffed the P. And so they was like, okay, a hard knockdown on that is going to be really good, along with the hard knockdown on her being able to change the distance of dolphins, because people are going to be trying to 6P or trying to stop dolphin, and it whips because she changes the distance, and then she 3Ks them. Damn, okay. It looked like she definitely got hit. It feel like she definitely got hit, but this dolphin thing seems pretty interesting. I can't wait to see how this works. Yeah, the jump changes overall is like helping a lot of characters. That's gonna help universally for sure. Axel, Winter Mantis can now be used in combos. What's Winter Mantis? Is that command grab? Wait, command grab can now be used in combos? In situation where Sickle Flash would not connect, Winter Mantis can sometimes be used to follow up. Oh shoot, he could use his command grab in combos? That sounds interesting. In the corner, 6K and Rainwater can now be used more easily in combos. In addition to improving the utility of pulse such as Crouching P and Far Stunning Slash, his ability to fight from mid-range has also been strengthened by adjusting the attack of Aerial Snail, making it easier to connect after JS. So he has better combo potentiality, and there's just more consistent combos and better combo opportunities. Okay. Crouching P, extended frontal hitbox. Oh geez. Okay. 6P now launches opponent on grounded hit. Oh, he get a launch off his 6P. Now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Crouching K, the same change that everybody got. 6K added a wall bounce effect. What is this 6K? Oh, that's the sickle that goes up in the air. The sickle that goes up in the air. That is going to basically have a wall bounce effect now and launches opponents lower. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if the launch opponent lower is going to be nice for him. I don't know if that's a buff or a nerf, but of course the wall bounce is definitely nice for him. Flow slash, reduced recovery. Far standing slash, reduced recovery, and expanded frontal hitbox and reduce the hurt box. Oh, he has a disjoint on his far standing slash now. Oh, that's pretty good. Damn, and the reduced recovery on the close. It seems like everybody's getting this too. Like a lot of characters are getting this reduced recovery. This may be like something universal, this close slash thing. Forward heavy slash, increase the knockback. Okay, so the overhead, increase the knockback on it. That's going to be, this is on block, so it's probably going to be harder to punish it now, or you probably can't throw it no more. JP, JK, same things. JD, reduce frontal hurt box, so JD may have a disjoint now too. Interesting. Winter Mantis can now hit opponents while they are taking damage, so this is now a combo tool as well as a command grab. No longer hit opponents when they are more than a set distance apart. Okay, so it's not going to hit from like, it's not going to hit people that are like full screen away no more. That sounds like a nerf buff. Expanded the upper hitbox, so it's going to hit people higher up now though. Interesting. These changes are mad weird, bro. These are some pretty interesting changes. Aerial Snail, reduce attack startup, now bounces opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Rainwater, reduces base damage scaling. What is Rainwater? He just has some weird name. Oh, that's the move where he hops back. A hop back move. Reduce base scaling, now depletes more risk level. Increase combo blowback scaling, reduce combo blowback scaling on combos with Rainwater as a starter. Ooh. Now causes more wall break value gain. Now less affected by combo blowback scaling. Now launches opponent higher with decreased blowback distance and expanded the upper hitbox. What the heck? So it's going to scale less. Increase combo blowback scaling now. Reduce combo blowback scaling on combos. So when it's a starter, it's going to reduce it so he gets better combos off of it. It causes more damage to the wall though. Now less affected by combo blowbacks. This is pretty weird. It's like some nerfs and buffs in this move. Axel Bomber changed the input, so it's no longer a DP. It's now 236, so it's easier to do. Now launches opponent less than previously when used multiple times. Oh, so bomber loops probably going. Well, you probably can't do as many reps of bomber loops. Sickle Storm, when blocked mid-air, the opponent now land more quickly than before. Moved hitbox of the projectile lower. Okay. So super nerfed like a lot of other characters. Chipp biggest strength is his amount of options, so we made adjustments to emphasize his advantage. The attack startup of Shinshu has been reduced, strengthening it a mix-up tool. Area Alpha Blade diagonal can be followed up when it hits. Gamma Blade, in addition to become more rewarding due to its increase in options, is now more difficult to counter. Uh-oh. I weep for 1 second. I still got my loops. Wait, what loops? Bomba loops was when Axel could do soul/melee damage. I guess they just don't want Axel doing big damage like that. Maybe not from those situations. I don't know. That's weird. That's an interesting change. I don't actually know what they were going for that. Biggest strength is his amount. Oh, we read this. Crouching K, decrease knockback like everybody else. Close slash, reduce recovery like everybody else. Bar standing slash, reduce hurt box during attack startup. Oh, so they're like reverting it back, it sounds like. So this was something you had before. It seems like it's going to be somewhat of a reversion. Alpha Blade no longer hits the opponent when more than set distance apart. Interesting. Alpha Blade horizontal no longer hits opponents when more than set distance apart again. A lot of characters are having this change, so they're just not letting like things like collide. Collision detection now activates sooner. Oh, but it does activate sooner. Okay. Area Alpha Blade diagonal Chipp now lands greater distance forward than before. Decreased recovery, so you can act out of it faster now. No longer hits opponents when more than a set distance apart again. Now depletes more risk level gauge. Increased combo blowback scaling. Now causes more wall break value gain. That's not good. Now launches opponent higher on ground hit. I think this sort of nerfs his combos a bit, because the big thing that a lot of people were doing, where they were doing the, you know, the ground alpha into the aerial diagonal alpha, but this is now going to cause more wall break value. So this may hurt his combos definitely. This is going to be an interesting change as well. Beta Blade can no longer be roaming canceled while the opponent is gold psych burst. Once again, okay, so when blocking the air. So once again, the DP change that a lot of people are getting. The opponent now lands more quickly than before. Increase attack startup, and is going to it's increased attack startup. So it seems like they're trying to take all the faster DPs out of the game. So all the DPs that were like faster, it seems like they're going, because Kai DP didn't get changed as far as the attack startup. His was already slow. It seems like they're trying to make all the DPs in line with like Kai's almost. That is interesting. Gamma Blade, increased attack level, so higher blocks done. Now launches opponent higher on ground hit. Now launches opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Now depletes more risk level. Increased combo blowback scaling. Now causes more wall break value gain. This feels like nerfs and buffs at the same time. All this stuff. He's getting a lot of like wall break value gains. They want him to break the wall faster. I feel like almost like they're trying to take out his ability to like do the wall slump as effectively or something like that. It feels like I don't really know what they're trying to go for with Chipp. Shinshu, reduce the attack startup, reduce recovery, increase movement speed. What's Shinshu again? I don't remember what Shinshu is. Hold on. Oh, so Shinshu is the overhead. So Shinshu is the overhead. That's what Shinshu is. So wow, it's going to be faster and reduce recovery. That's pretty good. Increase the movement speed. Now creates less distance when the opponent is hitting the corner. So you're probably going to get a better follow-up. You could probably do something different than probably like 2S. Maybe you can like, I don't know, do close slash or something now. Especially with the reduced recovery. The opponent can now recover after landing. Wait, what? Increase startup. Reduce combo blowback scaling. Wait, so it doesn't give him a bounce no more? It says the opponent can now recover after landing, just like Maze. Now bounces opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback distance. I don't get it. So they now recover after landing, but they bounce lower. It seems like the attack is gonna be harder to like react to, but it lost is like somewhat of his combo potentiality, I feel like. And it feels like the combos are going to be even shorter for him because of the nerfs to everything they did. He now does like a lot more wall break value for like just about everything else, except for this. This calls less wall break value gain, but the other ones cause more. So that's pretty interesting. And they changed. That's a weird change. Why did they change the super from from K to P. That's a pretty weird change. The opponent can now recover after landing. Sometimes you would jump block. Is that the change? Let me see for me. No, it's the same change as this. The opponent can now recover after landing. The opponent can now recover after landing on this move. This essentially means she doesn't get hard knockdown no more off 3K. So I don't know. What I'm guessing is happening. What I'm guessing is happening here is because it has two different things that it's saying. I'm guessing what they're saying is if you just let it rock, they now can recover. If you just let it rock, they'll recover. But it still does a bounce, like a bounce. So you can't combo off of it, but if you don't combo off of it at that point, they now just get to recover. I'm guessing that's what it means. Gerudo impact is now easier to follow up when near the corner, even on aerial hit, making it punishable, punishing the opponent dash block more rewarding. Gigantic Kai, use the function as both the invincible move and a way to maintain offense, is no longer invincible. Oh, that's the wall. The wall is no longer invincible, so he don't got a good invincible wake up no more. Hell yeah, hell yeah. But it has been improved as a tool to maintain offense pressure. It now works in a block string after 6K, opening up potential for high-low mix-ups with dust attack or sweep, or going for guard crush with Gerudo impact. Okay. Standing K, reduce frontal hurt box. Oh no. Oh no. What? Oh no. Don't this character already got massive disjoints? So this move is now a disjoint. 5K, now massive disjoint. Crouching K, just like everybody else, reduce knockback. So he's going to be able to get that 2K 2D a lot easier. Crouching S is now going to be a disjoint. So 5K disjoint, 2S possible disjoint 2. Standing HS, also a possible disjoint if it's not already. So it's standing heavy slash. Oh my god, it's already disjointed. It's going to be an even better disjoint, brother. He has more disjoints. Okay. 6HS, reduce frontal hurt box as well. Reduce opponent blowback distance so they don't go further away from you. The opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. So counter hit is going to give him more opportunity to get closer, and reduce tumbling duration on counter hit. So he just gets a lot more opportunity off of 6H, and is already a disjoint and is becoming a bigger disjoint. Oh great. Hammerfall, the opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Wow. So hard knockdown on counter hit hammerfall. Increase maximum forward movement time possible. So he can do hammerfall from a longer distance away now. He could probably do it from like near full screen away now. Oh lord, that's going to be wild. Okay, that's interesting. FDB, this is the flick. Reduce base damage scaling. Great. Now depletes less risk gauge. Oh my god. Reduce combo blowback scaling. Now causes less wall break value gain. Buff overall. God dang. Okay. Gerudo impact, decrease damage. Okay, at least they got that. Remove wall bounce effect, added tumble effect. I don't know how Potemkin players feel about that one. I don't know if that's better or good or worse. For tumbles usually you could pick up off of. I wonder if you'll be able to pick this up. Maybe get like tumble into like 2S, 2H or something like that. Maybe this may be good for him. We'll have to see when that comes out for sure. So far, these are some really good patch notes for Potemkin. Dang, he got some buffs. Potemkin now appears even. Oh, projectile. Projectile now appears even if the strike hit lands. Damage the blowback adjusted in line with this change. Wait. What? What? So the projectile still comes out? So if you don't know, like, this move is two things, right? It's this, the explosion, and then the barrier, right? So the explosion happens, you get hit by this doesn't happen. But they're saying if you get hit by this now, this is still going to come out. So he's going to explode if you get hit. Barrier is going to come out, you're going to be slowed down, and he's bomboing you off this shit now. Wow. Okay. Projectile now appears even if the strike hit lands. Damage and blowback adjusted in line with this change. Remove the invincibility. So it's no longer invincible. So it's not something he's going to be doing on wake up. but it is going to have a completely different use than before now, which is going to be very interesting. Like I said, they gave it to where he could use it in block strings for sure now. So that's going to be very interesting. Because the first hit was already plus on block. Apparently it's +1 or something. Increased duration of tension penalty. Reduce the attack startup, so it's going to be faster now. Reduce the recovery. So they reduced the attack startup and reduce recovery. This thing is even more plus. It's +1 already. This thing is about to be plus. This thing is about to be plus, like +3, +5, somewhere around there. No longer gains tension when the strike hit lands. No longer trigger wall break when the strike hit lands. Wait, what? No longer triggers wall break when the strike hit lands? The projectile now decelerates when closer to the corner. So it has a crease, so it has a certain speed that it goes, and now as you get closer to the corner, it's going to start slowing down a little bit. It's going to make it even more scarier for you to try to do something about it. That's interesting. That probably means he could get in front of the projectile a little bit and use it as, like, if you hit him, you got to still deal with the projectile coming or something. Does it go away on hit? If you hit him, does that go away? I actually don't know. It stays on screen even if he's hit. It stays on screen if he's hit, yeah. So, dang, he could probably do some dirty things with this. That sounds dirty. He got some pretty good changes. That's some pretty good changes for him, I'm not gonna lie. Faust. With buffs to standing K and far standing slash, Faust can now take the advantage during grounded neutral more easily. In addition, mini Faust now attacks more quickly to better prevent the opponent approach and making it easier to use what this could be to throw items. The decrease the attack startup of P and K versions of Scarecrow makes them more valuable as surprise attacks. They can also be used in tandem with item now as the attack begins once the button is released. Faust positions after the bone crushing excitement cinematic has been adjusted, making it easy to trigger wall break. It's going to be used like OG Pot used it. I don't like the sound of that. All right, let's get this Faust. 6P now launches higher on launches opponent higher. That's pretty good for him. So now he's probably going to be able to 6P item throw. That's probably going to be something he's going to be able to do. Standing K, expanded lower hitbox. Wow, really? So it's going to have a lower hitbox now on that move. Okay, interesting. The kick. Crouching K, reduce attack startup on his crouching K. What is it now? It's 7 frames, so it's probably going to go to like a 6 framer. Okay. Reduce recovery on close standing slash. So just about everyone got this change. The reduced recovery on the close buttons. This seems like something that's going to be very good. His is -4. I don't know if his is going to go to like neutral like how everybody else's may go to. His may be like -2 or something. If they put it down to neutral too, that's ridiculous. Oh, you know what? This standing K thing probably is something that probably was needed. The expanded lower hitbox, because he probably needs that in order to do the run cancel very well. There's probably certain characters where they're crouching where this move doesn't hit very well, especially like characters like Jacko or something like that. So he probably needs a lower hitbox on 5K to actually get the dash cancels to work. That change makes sense now, actually, when I think about it. Far standing slash, reduce recovery and reduce frontal hurtbox. Oh man, they about to be mashing that button. Oh, this is about to be a disjoint, bruh. This is about to be a disjoint. I can see it. Jeez. And reduce recovery on it. Okay. Crouching SS now launches opponent on a grounded hit. Now launches opponents higher. Oh my god. He's about to start launching you off that move now. Great. Oh boy. Standing heavy slash. Follow up. Opponents can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Interesting. So if just the second part hits. Wait, but the second part, no, the second part only happens if the first part hits. So, if you get hit by 5H, then he just gets a hard knockdown, and his move is already disjointed. So by pressing 5H, he gets a hard knockdown if he counter hits you now. Wow. 6H added a stagger effect. Oh my god, bro. Why? So this probably will make it. I wonder if this is going to make it to where if you get hit by 6HS now, if you don't stagger out of it correctly on counter hit, he probably automatically gets to get the pull in. Maybe this into pull in is going to be real on the stagger. now because of counter hit. Oh, great. And it doesn't just say counter hit stagger. It just says added stagger effect. This may just stagger, period. And a counter effect will probably just make it even better for him. Jump 2K, increased damage. Interesting choice. JPJK now has the same effects like everybody else. Jump HS, reduce frontal hurt box. So this move is also going to be a disjoint. My boy got some disjoints, bro. Okay. Yo. Hey. Hey, bro. Why everybody got disjoints? Mix. Made the timing for controlling Faust movement direction with forward and back inputs faster. Low back direction now matches direction Faust is facing. The final hit during the active frames now has the same properties regardless of the number of hits. Oh, that's good. So his combos are gonna be more consistent. Like, you're not gonna drop out of the combo no more randomly and be able to punish him on like hit, because that happens sometimes. So that's not gonna happen no more. Banana Peel can no longer hit multiple characters at the same time. That happens? You can hit multiple people at the same time? I didn't know that was a thing. Afro Explosion, added guard crush effect? Bro, what? So when he go for the mixie, not only am I about to take like two fuzzies, if I guess right, he also just get a free guard crush if I'm blocking. Oh Lord, bro. So he command grabs me, I gotta guess like 2 to 3 times, and if I block at all, he still gets a guard crush, by the way. Wow. On top of the Afro, when he puts it on himself, he gets a guard crush. That's good for Faust. Oh my goodness. Meteors, added ground bounce effect. Low back direction now matches the direction the meteors are falling from. Oh, this is good. So now he could probably get a combo off of meteors now. And if he mixes you with the meteors, like say if the meteors are falling this way, he's falling this way, and he like does scarecrow and teleports this way, like teleport RC the moment it hits you, they're going to like push you in the direction of him now because they're flowing this way, right? Rather than they're pushing you this way because of like the other way he was going or whatever. So it's now in the direction, now in a certain direction. So you can now dictate the direction a little bit better from the direction they're falling from. So that's nice. Mini Faust hitbox now activates directly after coming in contact. So now it's going to act out immediately. So you got to be ready. It's not going to be sitting there as long. It's going to be immediate. Scarecrow now only charges if the same button used to activate the button is held down. Interesting. Okay. Scarecrow P and K versions now launches opponent higher and reduces attack startup. So I'm about to get mixed by Scarecrow even more, and they launch higher. So he probably gets a combo off of it, or at least get better Oki. Attack animation now begins when the button is released on all Scarecrows, and thrust. Reduce frontal hurt box on thrust. What? Boy, what? So I can't 6P thrust no more? I'm not 6P in this no more? Oh my god, it's nothing but hitbox? So my man's gonna be able to, he's gonna be able to 6H thrust me all day, huh? And I'm just gonna be sitting there like, I gotta block that, huh? And then if I get hit by the 6H, I'm gonna be staggered. I gotta play the stagger minigame. If I got counter hit by it and I don't get out of stagger, he probably gets a free thrust into possible max damage if he gets that thing. Oh, Faust is eating, bro. Love, increased damage on an initial hit. So this is the bomb bag, right? Projectile now appears even when the move is Roman cancel at the earliest point than before. Oh, that's good. So he can make himself safe. So if he noticed you sitting right there and you're about to try to anti-air him or something, he can just let the bomb go, RC it, purple RC it, and the bomb will still come out. That's crazy. So he can make himself safe and get the bomb to still come out. Bone crushing excitement, expanded upper hitbox. Low back direction now matches the direction of Faust is facing. Faust can no longer is now closer to the opponent after the cinematic ends, so he gets better Oki off of it now too. Faust is looking pretty good. It's time for the girl, bros. You guys already know. And Millia we trust. Millia's love, Millia's life. Millia's ground neutral game has improved due to the increased range and reduced startup of far standing slash. The changes of JD, Capel, and other moves make for more opportunities to trip the opponent up and deal damage after going on the offensive with jumping heavy slash during an air dash. Her Okazumi after knocking the opponent down has improved due to decreased recovery in HS of tandem top. Oh shit, boys. Better Oki? Uh-oh. The mixes are coming. Crouching P, reduce attack startup. This move is already 5 frames. So this means this is a they're not gonna give her a 3 frame. There's no way. This is a 4 frame crouching P now. On top of the new counter hit effect. Oh, we got a good match button now. We got a good match button. Crouching K reduces knockback, reduces upper hurt box. That is actually pretty good. So her 2K is pretty good at low profiling already. This means it's gonna, we probably got like some actual low profile right now. It has like a pretty, there is a pretty nice hitbox on there for you to hit. But now apparently that's not gonna be there no more. So like this is what it is right now. You can see you can hit her on all this right here. That's not gonna be there no more. So yeah, they changed that. That is pretty good for her. I like that change. That's gonna be pretty good. Close standing slash, reduce recovery, and change the on hit effect. So we don't know what on hit effect is. That's gonna be, of course, something we got to look at when it actually comes out. But as far as the close slash, reduce recovery is -2, so it may be even. It may go down to even, which would be good. This will create some interesting frame traps, right? Like close slash being even 2p, and if you get the 2p to counter hit, you probably could get a bombo off of it. Close slash even 2p. This may create some more interesting block strings that weren't there before. So I'm very interested to see how we're going to be able to play around with this tool. Forward slash reduce attack startup. Oh, that's really good. So it's already 10 frames. So this, I'm pretty sure it's probably just going to be 1 frame. So probably 9 frame forward slash. That's really fast for this game. And it expanded the frontal hitbox and hurt box. Why we got to expand the hurt box though? Why we got to expand the hurt box? Why she can't have a forward slash? Why we can't have a disjoint? But so it's gonna go up. It's probably gonna look more as like the max of the animation, right? It's probably gonna go a little bit to where like the max of that tip is right there. That is like not covering. I'm probably gonna be that. Standing HS, reduce frontal hurt box. Oh, that's definitely a disjoint now. That definitely, this move is definitely probably a disjoint. They probably noticed that people don't use this move that much. In neutral situations, you don't really see this move used in neutral that much. This is probably going to be a better neutral tool now, because I believe it goes further than far slash actually. So you may see this in neutral a little bit more. That's nice. JP, JK, the same stuff that everybody else got. JS. Oh, this is a godlike change. Oh my god. Okay, I was saying where they at, and they comment. Oh, now people already hate this button, but if this button is now a disjoint, oh, we eating too. 7 frame startup, godlike JS button. This is a really good button. If this button is now disjoint, this is going to be really good. This is a really good button. The way you can space this button out already is really good, but now if you can't hit it and it's just all hitbox, that's going to be pretty good for her. JD, expanded frontal hitbox and reduce hurtbox. So there were times where like this button, it was pretty good to try to hit people out of the air. Like versus like Zato and stuff, it could be pretty good to try to hit Zato out of the air and stuff. Sometimes when he's like flying around, that's about like the one use that I know I've seen people use it on. But besides that, you really didn't use it like that. But the other change now launches opponent on grounded hit. This is reminiscent to beta Millia, and this is super exciting. Now launches opponent on ground. This means real mix. So right now, if you do JD in a block string, only thing you could do is go into Bad Moon, which you don't really get anything. But now, is this going to launch you off the ground? That means we can do actual combos of this. We can JD, it launches you. We can air dash off of it and get a full combo. So using JD, double overheads, triple overheads are now going to be a thing. You're going to be seeing people do like JS, JD, air dash over, or JD again and stuff like that, especially with the other change that we were just reading where the like characters can autocorrect more now and stuff like that. That's going to be huge. Ground throw, increased recovery upon successful throw. Wait, we got increased recovery on our throw? That don't sound good. But maybe they did say we they decreased the recovery HS, so maybe it's in line. Bad Moon, the final hit now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Now this is a dangerous change because we don't know exactly what this means. This could mean two things, and one would be OD and the other would make sense. One, it launches them a little bit higher and they just fall a little bit more in front of you, so it makes it to where you can at least put a meaty on them. The second thing is, if this launches opponent higher now, this could potentially mean you could probably pick it up for a small combo. If you get a combo off of this, off Bad Moon now, without spending meter, that's a little OD. That's a little OD. No, this after throw, no, you probably still get it because it says right here they decrease the recovery of HS Tandem Top, which we're about to get to in a second. Reduce the recovery of Turbo Fall. This is going to be interesting too. If you could do like JD Turbo Fall and stuff like that, that would be good. There's also, oh my god, so in beta 1 for Millia, these were two things that she had. She had JD Launch and Turbo Fall had ridiculous recovery. So what she would do, and this is when this character was actually OD, this character was able to hit you. She was able to hit you, like set play you one time, close slash you, and then do this like loop all the way down to the other side of the corner. Basically, she had like a 60 to 70% damage combo that she could do because she could turbo fall fast enough and then link a close slash back into it. This character actually did damage in the beta. If this is going to go back to Reminiscence, Millia may actually have more damage than before, but because they are changing the way the actual scaling works on like doing the same moves over and over, you may actually only get like 2 juggles or something about it. We'll see. We'll have to see when it comes out, but this could drastically increase this character's damage, making her into like a 3-touch character. Tandem Top S-Disc, increase knockback. Oh, I forgot this. Tandem Top all versions, reduce recovery, nice, and hitbox no longer disappears when Millia blocks the opponent attack. That is good. So now there were characters in the game that had some pretty good challenges after throw H disc and you try to do things like JHS and stuff or other options, and they get like 6p or 5k and stuff like that. If they try any of those options, they now would just get hit by the disc because the disc no longer goes away on block. That's ridiculous. Also, reduce recovery on both tops. So S also got reduced recovery and it has increased knockback. So it's going to make her more safer because it's going to hit you farther away and it's going to have reduced recovery on it. So she's going to be a lot more safer in doing S disc as a delayed button or delayed special move. Lust Shaker just fixing a bug where the final hit was sometimes not called blowback. I don't think I've ever seen that, but apparently it's a thing. Capel, change projectile from strike. Change it the properties from strike to projectile. That is interesting. Reduce recovery, now affected by momentum, increased damage, and expanded hitbox. So Capel is her anti-air tool, and this is now going to do some pretty interesting things. Now Capel is very close to already being able to combo, but now with the reduced recovery, we may actually be able to pick it up. And that's something that we all been wanting for a long time, is Capel being something that would allow us to stop people trying to anti-air. So now if we can use this tool, we pop them up and we got reduced recovery and we can get a combo off of this, people will be they'll be more reluctant to try to anti-air Millia with like 6Ps and stuff like that because of this. And it has an expanded hitbox downwards. The hitbox I felt like was already really good on this move. Like it already has a nice hitbox. It's going to be expanded, so that's even better for this. Very, very nice. And it's going to be affected by momentum. So like Turbo Fall, Capel now is going to have ridiculous type of like angles. We're going to have many more angles and stuff we're going to have to be able to play around with and stuff like that. The change to strike to projectile, that is going to be interesting. It's going to definitely interact with some tools a lot differently than before, but I can't wait to see exactly how this is going to work. We can actually probably use this lower to the ground now too. I wonder. It's got a lot of things that's going to change. And now that it's affected by momentum, like JD also affects momentum. So like JD Capel may give us something now too. Like it's so many different things that can change here. And don't forget Turbo Fall can now like, go into many different things. And also has that reduced recovery and stuff. So very, very nice changes. Millia looking very good. I'm very happy with these changes overall. I just got to get the practical use and see exactly how things are going to work. once we get our hands on it. But if these changes are anywhat reminiscent to beta Millia, we are definitely looking like something very serious. The winger change, it looks like it's just the standard, you know, everybody got their reversals a little nerfed, and that makes sense. It's in line with everybody else, so not worried about it. Zato. When Eddie is summoned, Zato can now take more time going on offense due to reduced rate of meter consumption, increase the deceleration as jumping D comes out, making it less likely for him to land, improving his utility as an overhead. He can trip up the opponent with difficult to react to strings and aerial attacks of 6HS. The decrease in combo blowback and other kinds of scaling makes it more rewarding to use That's a Lot in combo strings, even if the drills hit multiple times. Oh no, Zato got buffed. They actually buffed this character. Eddie, reduce meter depletion when not attacking. Oh my god. 6P, adjust animation of opponent characters on hit. Crouching K, reduce knockback attack startup. Close standing slash, reduce recovery. Close S, reduce frontal hurt box. Oh, his crouching S may actually be a disjoint now. Close S was one of the few moves that like they would try to use, but of course it was always a risk to use because of the giant hitbox on it. It wasn't that good. Like, you see this? If they take this any like horizontally back, this could definitely have a disjoint in a certain area, depending on how they do it. This is going to be an interesting change. Standing HS, we're increasing the damage. What the heck? But crouching HS, they decrease the damage. Okay, so they know crouching HS as a starter, especially when they got the oppose up, oppose, crouching HS, counter hit, it's party time. So they trying to nerf that damage a little bit. Forward HS, reduce the descendant speed. So he's going to have more opportunities to mix you up off of that move now. Great. More opportunities to mix you up off of that. This is, I don't know how I feel about that. JPJK in line with everybody else, jumping HS. The first half of the after frames now launch opponents higher with decreased horizontal blowback. JD, increased deceleration time. Jeez, okay. Pierce, delay the timing when Eddie gauge is depleted, so is not going to deplete right away. It seems like initial hit now launches opponent higher. Reduce attack startup of second hit. Wait, they're reducing the attack startup, so wait, so you can't attack during the gap no more? No, bro, no, we're going backwards, bro. Arxis, please. What about the gap? The gap. That is wild. What? That is probably going to make it much harder to probably deal with the gap. What is it, like a 7-frame gap now? So they're reducing the attack starter to second hit. You could probably still punish it with like 2 Ps or something now. I don't know. It's gonna be mad weird. That's a pretty good buff for him. Delay the timing when Eddie gauge is depleted on That's a Lot. Decreased damage on this, but the overall damage scaling of the combo is better. So all types of damage scaling will now be applied at once, even with the red child's hit multiple times. So they're trying to encourage the use of this move in combos more. Leap, decreased damage. Okay, so you got some decreased damages in here. And expanded hurt box is going to be easier to actually hit the frog out of the air. Nice. Morpheus, reduce attack startup. Wait, reduce the attack startup? What the heck? Why he reducing this attack startup? Everybody got increased movement speed of hitbox. Well, to be fair, his super isn't a actual invincible one, so I guess it don't matter, to be honest. Damn, Zato actually got buffed. Oh man, I don't know how I feel about this one, chat. I don't know how I feel about that. That one hurts a little bit. Ramlethal. Adjustments to the attack startup and the recovery of crouching S has been improved. Its utility as a poke, as it lacked range compared to the far standing slash, made it less useful. Ramlethal is now closer to the opponent after Daru hits on the ground, meaning she can continue her offense with close standing slash depending on spacing. Decreased height of the Adorno Ascent made it easier to use in neutral. The damage distribution on Calvados has been adjusted, making it deal more damage when used in combos to distinguish it from her invincible move, Morto Bato. Okay, so this one does more damage when it's used in combos. So it's probably better to break the wall now with this super now than using the actual super that everybody been using. It's probably better to use that super now. Dash cancel, increased recovery. Interesting. So she has increased recovery on her dash cancels now. I wonder if that's going to affect any of her setups and stuff. We're going to have to see. Crouching K, just about everybody else. Close slash like everybody else. Far standing slash, reduce upper hitbox. Nice. Nice. So it's going to be easier to hit this move. That's good. Let's see. Crouching S, so this 2S, reduce the attack startup and reduce recovery. So they really wanted to like you to focus on crouching S more. They wanted to like hit crouching S. Standing H, reduce the upper hitbox. Nice. Once again, nice. So going to be able to probably 6P this move and other types of things on this move a little bit better. This is going to be good. JP, I wish it said like extended hurt box though. I want to see. I wish it was extended hurt box on recovery, to be honest. If the hitbox was extended on recovery, that'd be very nice, but we're not getting that. JPJK, pretty much the same. Bajonetto, delay the timing when the projectile appears. Okay, this is throwing the swords. Attack startup remains the same. If Ramlethal takes damage after firing her sword, before it reaches the corner, the hitbox disappears and the sword will be placed on the ground. Okay. Decrease the damage on it and reduce the hitbox of the explosion. So it's going to be easier to escape the explosion a little bit now. Interesting. Gyro. Increase movement distance. No longer collision detection. Push box to expand. So like they said, she's going to be closer to the opponent when she does this. Did it say she could get a close slash or something? Can continue her offense with close slash depending on the spacing. Wow. She's going to be pretty close. That's pretty good for her. Okay, Ordano. Reduce deceleration and lower height of ascent. So this, I'm guessing, is the move where she jumps up in the air with the overhead. Cavados, decrease damage of all other hits other than the final hit and increase damage of final hit. Very interesting change, but I guess this is going to, like they said, change it to where it does more damage than Mortobato overall. So probably that's what they're going for. I don't know how that works for that, but if that's how it works, then that's how it works. Increased recovery, and when blocked in the air now lands more quickly than before. So in line with other people's reversals. Wow, she is still very much intact. She got like a slap on the wrist, to be honest. She made it out alive. I'm highly surprised. God damn, bro. Ramlethal still out here doing wild shit. Ah, bruh. Another patch of Ram, boys. Get ready. Get ready for them swords. They out here, boys. They swinging them. Them swords out here. All right, let's see what happened to Leo. The changes of his wife's gets sober means that even when the opponent is in the corner, Leo can go into by Hilder stance the same as mid screen. So he can cross you up in the corner. The hell? Due to the disparity and difficulty of punishing and dealing with sweep depending on the opponent's character, its recovery and knockback has been adjusted. Although Leo will be able to counterattack at close range, sweep during a dash can now function as a lunge attack. So my man is about to be missiling over to you with sweep. Great. Standing K, increased recovery. Okay, nice. They're not going to be just mashing K on me. Coming in with the big old knee is going to have more recovery. Crouching K, increased knockback like everybody else. Oh, we got reduced recoveries. Close slash reduced recovery and crouching S reduced recovery. Wow, they're reducing the recovery on crouching S. Interesting. Command normal 5. So this is the, I guess, in the guard point. Can withstand the opponent's attack until directly before the attack is active. Oh my god, it got even better, bro. Okay. Sweep. Expanded lower hitbox, increased recovery, decreased knockback, increased movement speed. Now is more effective by dash momentum. Now launches opponent higher on counter hit. So more bombos on counter hit is going to be more punishable on block, but everything else for it is going to be better. So more punishable on block because of decreased knockback and increased recovery. But as far as it hitting you and stuff like that, oh, expanded lower hitbox. So that means you probably can't 6P this move no more either. Damn. It did. Yeah, it got better. But it's just, it's more riskier. It's going to be easier to punish it. JP, JK, same things. JS, second hit now launches opponent lower. Interesting. So less combos on it. Jumping HS, decreased frontal hurt box. Now launches the opponent lower. So they're decreasing their hurt box on this. So this means this is now a disjoint, his JS. His jump and heavy slash. What is it right now? Is it a disjoint or not? Right now it is not a disjoint, but with this change is probably going to be a disjoint now. I don't see this move having too much use, but if it's a disjoint and he can space himself right, this could probably have some use as far as like a spacing could jump in now. So you may see this move a little bit more. JD now bounces opponents higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. So probably just more combo opportunities for JD. What, Estenstrom? So this is DP. This is DP. Increase attack. So they're increasing his attack startup on his DP too. Wow. So everybody's DP is really in line with like Kai's startup maybe, because Kai the only one that didn't get an increased startup. Yo, I'm gonna be able to safe jump every DP in the game without worrying about shit now. Oh my, that makes things so much easier, bro. All my safe jumps is gonna work universally now. Oh my god, I can't wait for that. That's so good. Getzelberger now crosses over behind opponents even when they are in the corner. That's kind of OD. Turbulence. The opponent can now recover after landing. What's turbulence? No, what? The move they used to fucking loop me? Yo, his loops are going? Oh my god. What? Because they will always do this 2S, 2H, damn, and then turbulence, and then start mixing you. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's a huge nerf to Leo. That's a huge nerf. They didn't attack. They didn't hit the DP like I wanted it, but these are some DP nerfs, and that's a huge nerf to his like that game, like his back turn game. K stance increased damage. Why are we buffing K again? What? Now trigger slowdown effect on counter hit. Oh my god. They buff K again? Again? All right. Blitz. Reduce base damage scaling. Now depletes. Wait, which one is Blitz? Which one is this? The Guard Crush. This is the Guard Crush. Reduce base scaling. Now depletes less risk gauge. Reduce combo blowback scaling. Now causes less wall break value gain. Okay, so it's a buff for the guard break. Okay. The guard break got a little bit better. That one change for Leo, honestly, is really bad. That one change is really bad. It's just sweep definitely got nerfed too. 5k, so his neutral game with 5k is definitely got, you know, 5k into like tick throws are going to be worse, or 5k is going to be a lot easier to deal with. Sweep is going to be a lot easier to deal with. DP is way easier to deal with, even though it's still a flash kick. And his Oki, they're going to have to figure something else out. I don't know what they're going to do. That's kind of wild. He gets in the back turn stance, but I don't know what he gets off of it now. It seems like they don't want this character looping. Maybe that's what the change was for. That's wild. I don't know. That looks pretty bad. I can't say he got some buffs in there, but I think the nerfs definitely outweigh the buffs in this one. All right, this man Nago. The properties of moves such as far slash and crouching slash now vary depending on blood gauge. That means there is greater benefit to keeping the blood gauge higher than before. Oh, that's cool. So I mean, it's cool because it's more unique, but it's not cool because it's fucking Nago. So he's basically gonna have different properties on more of his normals outside of just heavy slash. Because what was it? It was just heavy slash. They got like a different buff, right? So let's see. Nagoriyuki was significantly stronger than Zato and Shizu, so the situations on block now less advantageous. The later part of Fukio can now be canceled into special moves upon opening greater possibilities for Fukio in neutral. Wait, Fukio is not the dash, is it? Fukio's the dash, bro. He can cancel it into special moves. So you telling me my man's about to be like this? He about to be back here, and he about to be with the DP. He about to be Fukio. He about to be doing that. Oh Lord, bro, no. My man's about to come in my face with a giant disjointed fucking move. Damn, bro. Crouching K, decreased knockback. Far standing slash attack startup now varies on blood gauge. Damage and chip damage now varies depending on blood gauge. So this could be a buff and a nerf, honestly. This could mean that his damage is overall lowered until he's at higher levels. They probably want him to play at like level 2 now, always, to get the damage that he gets now and the chip he gets now. Crouching slash. Attack startup now varies depending on blood gauge. Again, that could be a buff or a nerf. If it stays the same, like if it stays the same frame that it is now, but it only gets better when he's at higher blood, that's a fucking broken normal. But if it gets lowered, and now it becomes what it is now, then okay, then that's sort of a nerf. And he got to like work to get to what it is now. But they actually didn't put more recovery on this. Just attack startup. Interesting. Damage and chip also varies on this move too. Reduce lower hitbox on crouching HS. That's good. There's no point. There's no reason this move should be hitting me when I'm like crouching, when I'm like running in and trying to do a crouch normal, and I'm just getting hit. I'm like, bro, why? So that's good. JK now launches. He's gonna have better air combos. JS now startup would now vary depending on blood gauge. Okay. Yep, chip for that as well. Jump HS, chip now varies on that as well. JD, attack startup now varies. So this attack startup thing can be either nerfs or buffs for the character overall. It depends. Like I said, if it's where it is now as far as the frame data and it only gets better, and these are all buffs. If it gets lower and he has to get himself into like the level 2 range in order to get to where it is now as far as his frame data, then these are nerfs. So it depends on how it works, and we'll have to see. Blood rays decrease opponent's reeling time during guard crush. That's good. So we recover faster. We actually probably could punish it a lot better. It's probably gonna be easier to punish this on guard crush and stuff now. Zato, delay the timing when the blood gauge begins to increase. Okay. Kamu, decrease the time the blood gauge begin to increase. Decrease knockback. Increase horizontal blowback distance as well. No longer causes collision detection push block to expand. Increase recovery. Increase movement distance. Momentum now remains when canceling into other special moves. Oh, jeez. So this is the Beyblade. So it has more recovery. That's all I can ask for though. And they increase the movement distance. So this move, there was points where it's even harder to deal with because they actually space it out very well. It's no longer going to be as easy to space this move out, and it's going to have increased recovery. So it's no longer going to be even on block. Praise fucking be. That's good. And because it has increased recovery, if I jump over it, they're not going to be recovering in time and then just mashing close slash above my head as quickly. I could probably get a punish or at least get away or something. So we're going to see how that works. That's pretty good. I like that change. Delay the timing when the blood gauge begins to increase. Added ground bounce effect on second hit. So he gets combos off the second hit now or something? Fukio, all versions, delay the timing when the blood gauge begins to increase. The later half of the move can now be canceled into special moves. Momentum can now remain when canceling into other special moves. Oh, geez. Yeah, we read that already. This is... What is this? It's super. Increase recovery when the follow-up cinematic is not triggered. Wait. Don't I take away the... Don't it take away like the far hit where he hits far away and it like hits the wall and then he could like he could 6H off of it again? Like if you're on the wall, he's 6H. I mean, he hits you with the super and then they like wall splats again and he 6H again. That's gonna take that away because they increase recovery. Now bounces higher on hit when the initial hit connects without triggering the follow-up cinematic. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I see what they did here then. I see what they did. So they increase recovery when the follow-up cinematic is not triggered. So basically, he can still do the combo that he has. So they kept like the thing that he does there. They kept the personality there for him. But if you're not getting that cinematic, which means like on block and stuff like that, it's going to have increased recovery. It makes it easier to deal with. And he has the same thing. When block mid-air, it's going to be easier to punish. So everybody's getting easier to punish now. Good. All right, let's see. We made adjustments to emphasize the distinction features of each special move. After Giovanna leaps up during Soul, her forward movement can now be controlled with with back or forward. The reduced startup also increased the utility as a mix-up tool. The decreased recovery of Trovao further strengthens his ability to maintain offensive pressure. Soul, Ascente now functions better as an anti-air move due to the expanded hitbox. All right, let me pull up Geo on the side here. Dash movement distance can now be altered with back and forward inputs during animation. That sounds, bro, what? Wait, so she can control how far she like dashes forward now? Man, when her grounded neutral was already really good and her whiff bonus game was already ridiculous, she's now gonna have even more control over her movement. That is really crazy. That's crazy. Normal moves and command normals added chip damage when at over 50% tension. What do you mean they not feeling this? What? She has chip damage, bro. What? Are they on something, bro? That's crazy. She has chip damage on her normals and command on her normal moves and her command normals. That's crazy. At above 50% tension, or at 50% tension and above. That sounds really good. Damn. This boy Kai got to spend 50 to get that. Decrease knockback, expanded upwards hitbox and hurtbox. Okay. Far standing slash, decrease horizontal blowback distance. Okay, nice. Sweep, increase recovery. Plays B. I can punish this move better. No longer hits opponents when more at a set distance apart. Nice. Okay. The one thing that needed to be touched about the character got touched. All right. You know what? All is right in the world. Jumping P, jumping K, jumping S. Nice. Oh, JS got a nice change. Upper hurt box got changed. So this is going to be much better as an anti-air tool. Like, if you're above her, she's just going to be able to jump and hit you now with this change right here. Yeah. That's definitely going to make this a disjoint. Jumping heavy slash now launches opponents lower. Interesting. And JD decreased damage, but the second hit now launches opponents higher. So she probably got better combo opportunities now. Ground throw, reduced throw range. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Sepultura, this is the 2-1-4 kick, right? Decreased damage. Damn, another damage decrease. Reduce lower hitbox and hurtbox. So it's gonna be easier to like fight this move in like a neutral situation, like with like a 2K and stuff like that. Okay. The Travao. This is the Spiral Arrow. Expanded the maximum distance the opponent with the opponent from which it can connect. Wow, so it can connect from even further away. Increase the active frames. So it's already 7 active. It's going to be even more active, but reduce the wait, and we're reducing the recovery? So we're increasing the active frames. It's going to hit from further away, and it's going to be more plus on block. What aren't they liking about this, DBC? What aren't they liking about these changes? Soul. So this is the DP kick. Reduce lower hitbox and extended upper hitbox. Wait, so reduce lower hitbox. Oh, good. So it's going to be more of an anti-air attack, I guess. They're reducing the lower hitbox. So they're not going to be doing this shit on wake up on me all day. So they actually got to probably use it as an actual anti-air now. And reduce recovery. Exactly, bro. But they extended the upper hitbox. So easier to hit people out of the air. Harder to use on the ground. Soul Puente. This one is the flip kick. Expanded lower hitbox and hurtbox. Okay, interesting. Movement distance now varies depending on forward or back input during the animation. Oh, you can control it. This is actually very good. You could probably control if it crosses up or not now. The opponent can now recover after landing. Oh, it's not a hard knockdown no more. Now bounces opponent higher. This is the same change that Chipp got. So this either means two things. Like, still, this means that like it no longer gives you that knockdown, but you get like a combo off of it, or it just means like you don't get a knockdown no more, hard knockdown, but you at least still get Oki because of the bounce up, so you get to like probably like dash in quickly. Increase recovery. So this is going to be less plus. It's +4 right now. It may still be plus, but there's slightly less plus because you can actually, it probably like, all right, we're giving it more mixed opportunities, so make it less plus. Increase attack level of second hit. Reduce attack level of second hit. Or reduce attack startup. So second hit is going to have faster startup. Okay. Soul Puente now affected by momentum. So I guess if you do like an air dash JK with this, it's probably going to affect the momentum of that a little bit. And then this is her super, increase attack startup. Well, her super isn't one that you really block in the air that much. And even if you block in the air, I think you still punish her. So they really didn't have to change much about hers, to be honest. It depends on how this changes. This changes like something. This change is pretty different. I mean, it's pretty weird. But I mean, the chip damage and to be able to control your neutral better, that seems overall very good. Your sweep got nerfed. I mean, obviously you knew that was probably going to get touched. Better combo opportunities probably. Slightly. It seems like she got basically like slightly toned down, but with some okay buffs. You know, Arxis is doing. I feel like Arxis is doing some pretty good changes when it comes to if they nerf something, they want to give something forward. And they definitely didn't butcher her. They just, you know, gave her some slaps on the wrist, some needed things like the 2D stuff, and then gave her some things in return. It seems okay. I feel like she's okay. Anji. All right, is Anji in the game? Because they put that boy Faust in the game, boy. Fujin, the crux in Anji offense, and Fujin, the crux of Anji offense, and its follow-ups have been improved. Utility, decrease in recovery of Fujin makes it harder to punish on block. It's now easier to maintain offense after your opponent blocks Shin, and Rin's decreased startup makes it better mix-up tool. As the movement speed of Shitsu decelerates near the corner, it functions better as an auxiliary tool in the corner. Let's pull up this character because once again, I don't know the names of these character moves. Crouching K, decrease knockback, slow slash, reduce recovery, far standing slash, reduce startup, and reduce frontal hurt box. Damn, they buffed his normal again. So this is a disjoint now. This far slash is a disjoint and it's gonna have reduced startup. So it's probably like a 10 framer now, I would imagine. 11 frames would seem like it's a little weird. I would imagine it's probably gonna be 10 frames. So that seems pretty good. Crouching S, reduce attack startup on that move too. So it's 2S, has a reduced startup. Reduce frontal hitbox on that too. So he probably got a disjoint on this as well. This is also probably gonna be a disjoint. And probably also 10 frames. No longer encounter his stick after active frames in. That's pretty good for 2S. Nice. Standing heavy slash. So the other fan move. What they did to this. This is like one of his like disjoints, right? Opponents is now forced crouching state on opponent ground on counter hit. Oh, interesting. So it's a forced crouching. So that may lead him into some combo opportunities. Because there are crouching combos in this game. And crouching gives you a little bit more hit stun to work with. Jump P, jump K, same stuff as everybody else. Jump HS now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Okay, same thing. JD, expanded frontal hitbox and reduced hurt box. So once again, another disjoint. He's probably going to be able to use this in like neutral situation, and it like doesn't it like sort of like floats him back a little bit. So it may lead into some weird things. I don't think he's going to get anything off of it really, unless he has you in the corner though. But it definitely sounds like it's going to be a disjoint. From extending the hitbox and reducing the hurt box. Okay, so far so good. Shitsu, the projectile now decelerates when closer to the corner, so now he can use butterfly in the corner. So that's actually very good. They actually found a way to make it work. Reduce recovery on Fujin. So Fujin has reduced recovery. Okay. Fujin charge, increased attack level, no longer launches opponent on ground hit. Fujin charge, increased attack level, now no longer launches opponent on ground hit. Okay, that's the last thing we read. So I don't know how that actually affects him. That part I don't know. Shin, this is the move. So increased attack level, so that's good. More blocks done on this then. If it's increased attack level, so this is probably more plus. Nagiha, so Nagiha is the low. Increased attack startup. Increased attack startup. So damn, so it's gonna be easier to react to with this. Okay, so that's definitely a nerf. Rin, this is the overhead. Reduce attack startup. Oh lord, this got faster. Reduce the recovery, so this got better. Now depletes less risk level. Decrease combo blowback scaling with combos with Rin as a starter. Now causes less wall break value gain. Now bounces opponents lower with decreased horizontal, but bounces lower, so I guess less combo opportunity. You can probably still get 5k though. Ko, decreased damage of second hit. The opponent can now recover after landing. Oh, so it's not a hard knockdown no more. Damn, so what the fuck? He's gonna have to find a new route, because didn't people use, they RC'd like after they did a Nagiha, they like RC, they run up, they do like close slash 2H in a Ko. That combo isn't gonna be there no more. And they increase the damage of his fan super. Okay. Once again, his supers aren't ones that like are reversals that where you block them in the air that much, so they don't really have to do a change for that. I mean, he may have to just find a different combo route then. Everything else seems like buffs besides the biggest nerf seeming like Ko, because I did fight Anji yesterday, and they were doing this into butterfly a lot, and I was like, bro, I was like, this is real? I can't get out of this. So yeah, that's probably the biggest nerf for sure. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do about that, but I mean, reduce attack startup, this is good. Nagoriyuki getting a little bit slower. I mean, that's whatever. I feel like I don't think that matters. Increase attack start level, this is pretty good. Better plus frames on that. He's probably gonna be able to do more. Fujin charge, increase attack level, that's good. Is more blocks done on that. The projectile now is accelerate when close to the corner. Shih Tzu, that's the butterfly, right? Yeah. Kill was only hard. I mean, I know, but I'm saying there's probably other routes he can do. There's probably other routes he could do. It all depends on like the new routing that people find out. If routing is still okay, then he's fine. You know, specializes at closing in quickly from mid-range to start her powerful mix-up game. However, she now has more options to pressure the opponent from mid to far range as well. The additional projectile range of Chemical Love makes it easier to hit opponents. Aerial anti-depressant scale now has different utility than the grounded version due to increased movement speed of the projectile. As Stroke the Big Tree Heavy Slash version was an incredibly powerful tool for continuing offense, the capacity has now been reduced by increasing its recovery while maintaining its speed and reward on hit. Air dash trajectory can now be altered. Wow, you can change her trajectory on her air dash now. That's wild. Crouching P, reduce attack startup. So her crouching P is already going to be a 6 frame normal, so it's probably gonna be a 5 frame. Her crouching K, decrease knockback and reduce upper hurt box. Okay, so upper hurt box is gonna be going a little bit, so that's fine for her, and it's gonna be in line with everybody else with 2K2D. Close last standing, reduce recovery like everybody else. Crouching S, reduce attack startup. That's pretty good. And expanded frontal hitbox and hurt box. Okay, so the hurt box and hitbox are getting extended together, so not too crazy of a change for that. But the reduced attack startup is going to be nice. It's already 11. I can see it going to like 10. I don't think it'll make it a 9, probably 10. JP, JK, same things. Expanded hitbox and hurt box over JK. Oh, that's kind of different. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, those are the only ones that are changing too. Her JS and JD did not change. I guess they didn't want to touch hers in the way they're touching everybody else. Interesting. That's a pretty interesting change for sure. Let's see what we got here. Increase the movement speed of a projectile. Increase the recovery. So it has more recovery on the actual movement of the projectile. Chemical Love, increase active frames. I don't know if that's the change she needed. I feel like people wanted the change for Chemical Love to be it to have a little bit more vertical hitbox, downwards hitbox, right? So where it can beat people running at her. I think that's what people wanted. But increase active frames, I don't know. Maybe this will fill somewhat of a same role. We'll see. Stroke the Big Tree HS version, increase recovery, so it's not going to be as plus as it is now. Which, how plus is it? It is +2. So increase stagger duration though. That's pretty good. Decrease knockback on hit, so better confirms, because there are confirms when you hit with this move that are like character specific. That's probably going to change that to where it's more universal now. And an increased recovery is probably going to be, it's either +1 or even on block now, I would guess. Did they say if it was even or not? As Stroke the Big Tree was an incredibly powerful tool for continuing offense, the capacity has been reduced by increasing its recovery. Oh, they probably don't want you doing it at all. Maybe it's not plus at all no more. Maybe it's just even. Ultimate, increase attack startup. I don't think that was really necessary, but okay. And aerial, can no longer land as the move comes out. That was a thing? Okay. Didn't know that was our changes seem okay. The trajectory things are nice. The projectile being able to appear even though it's roaming canceled, that's nice as well. Being able to change the input easier and being able to move in different directions from the air seems very nice for her. She did lose some of her plus frames though, so that kind of sucks, but her mix is still pretty good. Her mix is intact. Goldlewis Dickinson. Goldlewis is now capable of more powerful offense in neutral due to the change of some of his normals, including standing heavy slash and JD, as well as buffs to his projectiles such as Thunderbird and Burn It Down. Due to the increase of movement speed and momentum of forward HS, it is extremely potent when canceled into Behemoth Typhoon. The properties of Thunderbird now vary depending on security level. Oh lordy. 6P, extended lower hitbox. Okay, that is fair. That is fair. His 6P was in one of the ones that I felt like was struggling a little bit, so they're gonna lower the hitbox of this move. You see how high it hits? They wanted to be able to hit people a little bit lower. There's times where like you put normals on it and it just don't hit, even though it's supposed to be a 6P. It doesn't act like a traditional 6P sometimes, so they're trying to put it in line with others, also still having it to where it can anti-air and stuff like that. Crouching K, decrease knockback, reduce recovery. Okay, reduce recovery on the close slash like everybody else. Far standing slash now moves forward. Oh, that's good. That's the punch swing, right? The backhand. That's pretty good. So that's now going to move him forward a little slightly. That's going to definitely make his neutral a lot better. And reduce frontal hurt box. Oh Lord. So this move is now going to be a moving forward disjoint. Because the hurt box is like right there. So now they're going to move it back. It's going to be more hitbox than hurt box. It's going to be the next soul far slash. Calling it now. Standing heavy slash, expanded frontal hitbox. So standing heavy slash is going to have an expanded frontal hitbox. So there's going to be even more of a disjoint than it already is, as you can see. The coffin is nothing but hitbox, and there's going to be even more hitbox on that now. So that's going to be the change for that. Forward 6x, increase the movement speed and now maintains momentum. So this is when he swings the coffin at you, I'm pretty sure. This is now going to maintain a momentum. That seems pretty interesting. I'm guessing when he like runs at you with 6H is now going to not just stop him in like where he is going to like sort of like drift him a little bit. So it's going to make it to where he can like sort of space it out more better than he can now. JP, JK, the usual stuff. JS, oh, that's a huge change, bro. Reduce the frontal hurt box. This means this is about to be a disjoint now too. It's about to be disjoint coffin. Disjoint coffin JS. So no longer you're going to be able to smack this button as easily as you can now. Jeez, that's about to be pretty good. JD, reduce frontal hurt box. Reduce attack startup. What do you mean? My man was already doing rosin JDs. Now it's going to be less hurt box here, and it's going to be faster than the 15 frames that it already is. This is going to be ridiculous. How much lower is the startup going to get on this? I have to see that. That's pretty good. Jeez. All right, Thunderbird. So now we get into a little bit of stuff. So Thunderbird is the projectile. So delay the timing of the security reset. Recovery now depends on the security level. Oh, that's pretty good, I guess. Class level now varies depending on the security level. That's good too. The projectile now decelerates when close to the corner. Okay, so that gives him time. Active frames now extended after connecting with the opponent. Ooh. Decrease horizontal blowback distance except for the final hit. The timing when the hitbox no longer disappears if Goldlewis takes damage. Wait. Timing when the hitbox no longer disappears if Goldlewis takes damage after firing the projectile now varies depending on the security level. So if he takes damage and he has a higher security level, probably like level 3, it stays on the screen. Ooh. Remove the set distance with the opponent required for final hit to connect. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. The opponent can no longer recover after landing. So Thunderbird is now going to be a hard knockdown. This is going to be a hard knockdown tool now. Skyfish, delayed the timing of the security level reset. I don't really know what this means, the delay timing type thing. I really don't understand exactly what that part means. I'm guessing this is a buff though. It probably is a nerf. Delaying the timing of a reset, that sounds actually kind of bad. I don't know. Down with the system. This is other super, right? The punch. When blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly than before, of course, and burn it down. This is the eye laser. Reduce recovery, increase the attack level. So more blocks done, and he's going to recover faster off of it. Okay. The JD change is definitely very good. He got some good disjoints now. His 6H looks like it's going to be more useful because it's going to keep momentum. Thunderbird seems like it's even more of a problem now. This seems pretty good. And of course, we got to think about the universal changes too. So he got the close slash and 5K run cancel. And the 5 and K normals now giving counter hits and stuff down too. So that's going to increase his combo opportunities as well on those type of things as well. Yeah. All right, Jacko. Nothing but nerfs. Come on. Due to the increase of initial servant gauge level, Jacko now has more freedom to use servants in neutral to combo right after a round starts. So she's starting off with higher gauges. So she has gauge at round start. Throw servants and server hit by servant shoot will often lose to other projectiles despite requiring more setup to activate. This has been improved by increasing the class level of servants. Oh, so they're going to go through projectiles now. Servant gauge increase gauge value at round starts. Pretty good. Crouching P, reduce attack startup. What is our crouching P right now? So our crouching P right now is a 6 framer. I'm going to guess it's going to go to 5 frames for that. Okay, so 5 frame crouching P, 2K or standing K, reduce recovery on that. Interesting. Okay, so they're reducing recovery on that move. And crouching K, reduce the attack startup on it too. Whoa. So we're reducing the attack startup. That is a 7 framer, so that's probably going to go to 6 frames. It's going to reduce the recovery too, and we're going to decrease the knockback. Damn, that's 3 buffs to that move. Okay. Slow standing slash, reduce recovery on that, just like every other character got that change. So that is -2. It's probably going to be even for her. Sweep, we're reducing the attack startup of her sweep, bro. That sweep is mad good. So it's 11 frame startup, probably going to be a 10 or a 9. Okay. JK now launches opponents higher. JH expand the lower hitbox and hurtbox of the initial hit. JD can now be jump canceled and air dash canceled. The projectile can be special move canceled and jump and dash canceled. Can now be canceled into finishing blow during homing jump. This sounds like everything that like Kai got for his. Damn. Okay. That's a normal, sir? No, that's not a normal, bro. That's a projectile. That's a projectile. Throw servants, reduce recovery. Oh, Lord. Increase class level. Yeah, we saw that. So it's going to be projectiles better. She's going to be able to zone a lot better. Release servant all versions. Made the timing of the tension gate increase upon special move activation faster. Recover servant. Reduce recovery. So faster. And then release the servant, made the timing of the tension gate increase, so it starts to come back faster. Okay. Recover servant, all versions when lifting a servant. Made the timing of the tension gate increase upon special move activation faster. So basically, a lot of these have this. So she basically start getting her gauge faster after she uses it. Attack command, reduce the attack startup and recovery. No change to the frame data. Okay, so reduce the attack startup and recovery. Okay. Same thing for that one. The attack command now deals damage. Wait, what? Doesn't the attack command do damage already? That shit does damage. What does it mean? It now deals damage. I don't know what that one means. Defend command, increase the time window during which the servants can withstand attacks. Okay, so it's gonna basically when she does it, it's gonna like sit there for a long. It's gonna be active more longer. I'm guessing it means, and it expand the servant's hitbox. So the bubble is probably gonna be bigger. Like, yeah, you could probably hit the bubble a lot more. Made the timing of the tension gate increase upon special move activation faster. So once again, getting her meter back faster. Countdown also getting meter back faster. Servant shoot, increase active frames of reduce recovery. Wait, increase active frames and reduce recovery of the kick. Damn. No change in the frame data. Increase the class level of the servant. So when you kick the servant, is now going to beat projectiles a lot better. And it's going to be more active, and it's going to have reduced recovery. And this is just reduce recovery on the move, not just actually hitting the servant. So just servant shoot itself is going to be less punishable on block. Right now it's -12. I don't know if it's going to be unpunished. It may be still punishable, but it's going to be less punishable is what they're getting at. Then servants are now recover immediately upon activation of her super. That's interesting. Okay. So I wonder if that gives her meter back for doing her super. So she does the super and then it recovers, and because it recovers, I wonder if it gives her the meter back like it does with a return. That would be interesting. Wow, I couldn't figure that out either. Summer changes feel a little weird. It's some of those where you just gotta experience it. Happy Chaos and then Baiken. All right, bruh. This man still in the game. The amount of concentration depleted now varies depending on the distance between Chaos and the opponent. Interesting. It is more difficult than before to continuously use fire from long range. Nice. On the other hand, he can now use powerful strings at close range while expending less concentration. The sight now targets the opponent when they block at ready, meaning he can now maintain his offense more effectively. As fire can be used during the newly added dash cancels, he can more easily approach from mid-range. Okay, interesting. So it sounds like they are trying to make him more of an up-close gunner rather than the actual zoning type style that people were using him for. And I think this is kind of what they had in mind when they made this character. They wanted him to be like this, but people found out the negative edge stuff and how that worked and sort of played around that style a lot more effectively. So if you were already playing Happy Chaos in this sort of like neutral heavy style and then going from neutral to like more offensive, your style of Happy Chaos is definitely all right. Like the way Lost Soul plays Happy Chaos is definitely still intact, because he definitely played a little bit more like that rather than the zoning style. Concentration. Amount of concentration depleted while readying the gun now varies depending on the distance. That's interesting. So if you're further away, it's probably going to deplete more. Crouching P, reduce attack startup. So how fast is this crouching P already? This crouching P is 6 frames, so it's probably going to be a 5 frame 6P now. So yeah. Crouching K, decrease knockback like everybody else. Reduce standing slash recovery like everybody else. So what is his? His is -2, so probably even on block. Far standing slash, increase knockback, reduced recovery, and increased movement speed. Wow, a far standing slash. Okay, so they're reducing the recovery on it. I mean, it does have a lot of recovery, to be honest. It does. But the thing about him that was always weird is the fact that this character could always like whiff stuff and then take out the gun and then, like, you know, keep himself safe. So yeah, we'll see how that works. Crouching S expanded the upper hitbox and hurtbox, so it goes a little bit further, but you can still contest it. Okay, fair enough. So they're expanding both upwards, so it's going to be a little bit easier to like the contest this button with, like, say, like mid pokes. Jumping P now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Now launches opponent higher with JK. J2K, this is the stump move. Reduce attack startup. So right now this move is 12 frames. Reduces recovery after connecting with the opponent. Interesting. And decreases the height of bounce after connecting with the opponent. Oh, so he doesn't bounce as high, so he's not Marioing you. So he probably has easier times following up with attacks now, because right now I know a lot of people that go immediately into like a shot or something like that, but now he's probably gonna follow up a lot easier now. That's gonna be interesting. And don't forget, he can still control this a little bit. At ready, so 236S. So at ready is when he whips out the gun. Reduce recovery, increase base scaling. So nice. Now depletes more risk gauge, increase combo blowback scaling, increase combo blowback scaling of combos at ready as a starter. Now calls more wall break value. So it has reduced recovery, but it seems like it got a little bit nerfed. It seemed like it got a little bit nerfed. Fire, so this is just shooting. Hitbox now disappears when chaos take damage, decrease knockback. So now you're not going to be trading with him. If he shoots but you hit him, the shot, I guess, would just disappear and you won't get hit. So it seems like the trade situations on it is not going to be happening as much. Steady aim, decreased damage. Nice. So when he is shooting far back, he's not going to be chonking you with the steady aims. So steady aim itself made the timing of the tension gauge upon special move activation faster. Reduce the recovery or exiting the stance. So when you naturally exit the stance, not doing special cancels, it will recover faster now. Okay. Reload made the timing of the tension gauge increase upon special move activation faster. And chaos now remains in counter hit state. Oh, so you're going to be able to contest reloads a lot more. It's going to be in counter hit state the entire time. Focus made the timing of the tension gauge again increase upon special move activation faster. And roll can now be used fire sooner than before. Oh, so roll mix-ups are going to be even better. And increase the movement speed of roll. So it's going to be faster, and he can act out of it a lot sooner. So the mix-up behind roll is going to be a lot better. Scapegoat, this is definitely the doppelganger right there. This increased health depletion, so it's going to take more health than what it does right now. Right now it said it calls 10% of chaos health, but it also says properties now vary when activated at low health. I wonder what that means. What could they possibly do? It already like eats a hit. My guess what this means with like properties active is like different. My guess of this means how long it lasts on the screen, right? Like it lasts on the screen for a total duration of a certain amount of time. I'm guessing that lower health is going to last on the screen less, probably less time. Probably the more life it can take away from you, the better. But as you get lower and lower, it's probably going to last on the screen less and less. That's my guess. That's the only thing I can think it means, because it doesn't do anything except for, like, you know, it's just a collision box that like takes a hit from him, and it takes one hit. Hopefully it doesn't mean the opposite and it's like a straight like crazy buff where it could take multiple hits. That would be OD. Curse effect now ends when chaos take damage. That is fair. And the timing for tension gauge. Okay, cool. So I like this. I kind of like this change. It keeps the uniqueness of the character intact, but it also changed the playstyle of what was the most effective way that you've seen people play this character. So the like just learning how to do the zoning thing and just, you know, cheesing people out with that is no longer going to be the way of Happy Chaos. Now you actually have to play the character and interact with your opponents now. You know, interactions, you know what the thing fighting games are about. You got to actually do a little bit of that with this character now, which is nice. So I'm fine with the character still being strong, but as long as the character has to actually interact. All right, last character, Baiken. Oh no, I forgot about Testament. I forgot Testament was in the game. All right, two more. Baiken. These changes make it easier for Baiken to maintain her offense. The decreased recovery of S version of Kabari means that she can have the advantage while attacking when the opponent is tethered. Wait, so she's plus now on S Kabari. So when she tethers you, she's plus. Oh shoot. Her combos are more likely to connect from certain distances with the expanded hitbox of Tatami Gashi and the momentum remaining after canceling. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So if you don't know, when you 6K and you do the Tatami Gashi, it just halts your momentum. So it's like she moves forward, but then she just stops there. But they're also expanding the hitbox of Tatami itself, and they're keeping the momentum of the 6K. So things like her 5P 6K into Tatami are going to be even better to do now. That's super good. Oh shoot. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about Baiken again. I'm definitely thinking, yeah, this character is sounding quite nice already. All right, reduce attack startup on 5P. Oh, she got a 4-frame 5P. Oh, that's godlike, bro. This is going to be so good. We were just talking about the confirmability with it just got better, but now it also is just faster. It's a 4-framer. That's really good. 4-frame 5P, crouching K, decreased knockback, godlike. 6K, momentum now remains when canceled. Good for confirms. Close standing slash, reduce recovery. So it's -2. That means it's going to be in line with like probably everybody else's once again. So probably 0 on block. That's pretty nice. Far standing slash. What? What? Hold on. She already got one of the furthest reaching, fastest far standing slashes in the game at 10 frames. You're telling me this is about to be like a 9-frame button of this caliber, and you're reducing the frontal hurt box? So this is now about to be a 9-frame disjoint? Wow. Yes, I am looking at this character. Eyes are on you, girl. Eyes are on Baiken. Eyes are on this. Crouching S, same thing. So crouching S, reduce recovery. Okay, so it's not gonna be as punishable, but reduce frontal hurt box. Another disjoint. Far slash disjoint, 2S disjoint. Oh, we eating. Oh, we eating. Crouching HS. No longer hits opponents when more than a set distance apart. Reduce upper hurt box. No longer hits opponents when, I mean, we've seen this a lot in the patch notes, but we still don't know what this means. So this could mean anything. Reduce upper hitbox though. So she's no longer gonna get hit out of this move as much. They want this to be like a low profile, and there were certain moves that were just hitting it in certain angles that they probably didn't want it to hit. So they want this to be more of a low profile. You're probably going to be at a low profile under projectiles with this move a lot better than before now and stuff like that. Like say like Kai's projectile and stuff. Let's see. What else we got here? Talk to me. JP now launches. Okay. JK now launches. Right. Tatami Gashi. Now we talked about this. This is like the change where like they're trying to like almost like get rid of TK or something like that. Where it makes it to where like TK can't come out, but you can still get TK to happen. It's just you have to input up and then the direction. I call it a manual TK, and it's actually more beneficial for certain moves, especially the fan move, because if you do the manual TK, you actually get more plus frames for hitting the opponent without RC. So if you're not RCing and you just want to hit them with it, that's the way you get the plus frames on hit with that move. So that is something to keep in mind. So it seems like it's going to be okay, even though they're changing this. Expanded frontal hitbox of the strike. Nice. Aerial. Expanded back hitbox of the projectile during descent. That's nice. The one change I wanted for Tatami they didn't give me though. I wanted the minimum height to be better. So I wanted like the startup to, I guess, be faster for the air one, because I wanted you to be able to do like ID back Tatami like you could do in Exard, but it didn't do that. So you still got to do super jump ID back, but it's whatever. Kabari S version now activates even after the upwards input. That is so good. So one of the problems that you would have with this move when you're trying to use this, and I was always wondering, was it my execution? I was like, am I just bad at this input? But if you go up, so it's a 214 236 input, but if you go up to 9, the input doesn't come out whatsoever. You have to end on 6. If you don't, the input doesn't come out. That's why sometimes you will miss it. If you ever played this character and you were missing it, that's the reason why. But they're changing it. If you go up, you will still get the move. That's good. I like that change a lot. Increase the attack startup. Okay, so that's how they're balancing it. Fair enough. So right now, the startup of S is 27 frames. But now it's 0 on block right now, but now it's going to become plus on block. So it's going to be a plus on block Kabari, which means you're going to be tethering them while you're plus. So you can sneak it in and get some plus frames and go crazy. Nice. Increase the knockback. On ground hit, the tether no longer pulls the opponent during the animation. I don't know what that one means, but okay. A Kabari HS now activates even on the input, so same thing, and now less affected by combo blowback scaling. That's good. So now there's times where like you would do stuff like this, where you would anti-air with close slash. You'll see you anti-air and you pull them with just a Kabari because of the counter hit, and then you want to like close slash again. You can now do this from further away because it's going to be less blowback on that hit. So that's good. So more combo opportunities, more consistent combos with this character. Let's see what else we got here. Kabari, follow-up now triggers counter hit effect. Oh, she has a counter hit effect on the 8 on the follow-up. That's good. So possible bombos. Blowback direction now matches direction is facing. Expanded lower hitbox. Wait, they expanded the lower hitbox? Oh, that's good too. So right now, you can see the follow-up doesn't hit that low. So what people would do to this move is you will see them actually like try to 6p the follow-up. 6p in the follow-up may not be a thing no more because it may hit lower now. So you may actually be able to blow that up. Wow. Okay. So no longer encounter hit state after the actor frames in. Nice. No longer it hits the opponent when more than a set distance apart. Okay, we've seen that a couple of times. We just got to see what that means eventually. Increase recovery on block. Oh, you. Hey, this girl gonna get punished. Hey, you gonna be able to punish her now though. You got to spend that 50 to make this safe now. So the thing about it now, when you block it, it has that mind game of it being -3. So people try to press a button and you just, you know, put up the counter. You'd be like, huh. But now it's going to be more punishable. So probably like a -4, -5. It's going to be a little bit more manageable for people to actually punish with now. So that mind game may be going at the cost of it now being a little bit more consistent as far as you being able to just use it because it has that counter hit effect. So if you hit with it, you know, makes it a little bit more scary and stuff like that. So yeah. Yozansen, reduce landing recovery. Nice. Oh, that's even better. Increased damage. So I was just saying how this move on hit, when you hit this move, you can make it plus with the manual TK. But since they may be taking out TKs like the way we normally do it, this may be even more plus with the manual TK. So rather than having to rely on 5p as the go-to, because 5p was the only thing you could press with the amount of plus frames that it gave you to not get thrown, you could probably get even more buttons now because of reduced recovery. So probably a 5k or something, and 5k give her some bombos. 5k, 6k into Tommy, that's a good combo. Or 5k 2D, you get some good shit off that. Nice, I like that. Hiragi, this is the counter. Reduce recovery after successful parry as well as when unsuccessful. She now get Oki off of her parry now. So the one thing was it was hard to like get over there when you actually hit with the parry. Now you're going to be in a more advantageous state when you hit. And also I guess unsuccessful parry is mean like when you like just hit that stagger effect, when it like knocks them up, sort of like, you know, the one move where like just staggers them a little bit. That is going to be also good recovery for you. So that's nice. You could probably use your advantage off that. And this is the sword super. When blocked midair. Okay, cool. Fair enough. It's like everybody else's. Whatever. The one thing I wish is I wish the hitbox of this move got a little bit better. I wish it go a little bit further, bro. Because there's some times where like you're forced to use the gun in certain situations where I feel like you should be able to get this, but they didn't change that. But hey, they did some pretty good buffs to this girl. I can't even. She's looking really good. These are some really good Baiken changes. Super excited for that. All right, last one. Testament. Moves such as Grave Reaper have been strengthened, as there are many situations where Testament could not fully launch an offensive in both neutral and on the opponent's wake up. The situations after landing the strike hit of the S version of Grave Reaper has been improved and is easier to land Unholy Diver as a melee attack. Ooh. Both aerial and grounded versions of Heavy Slash of Grave Reaper have less attack startup and are easier to use in combo strings. Unholy Diver can now cause less blowback on aerial hit, making it easier to follow up on a corner. This creates an opportunity to deal damage while carrying the opponent closer to the corner. Yo, Testament about to be OD too? Hold on, bro. Let's see, bro. All right, Crow. Fix the bug where the Crow would sometimes not behave as intended after a wall break. Okay. Air Dash. Shorten dash time, adjusting the value to match other characters. That is good. So one thing about this character, Testament, was their dash felt so bad. They just are in the air so long, so when you try to dash jump 8 somebody, it gives them so much time to realize you're dashing over them to get that 6p. Now it's going to be more in line with other characters' air dashes, so it's going to like just feel more natural. They're going to be able to move in the air a lot better. That's nice. Jump landing. Fix the bug where Testament lower hurt box will sometimes disappear at instant. That sounds weird. Standing K, reduce recovery. So standing K is now 12 frames of recovery, is now going to be a little bit faster. So, okay, that's cool. Crouching K, decrease knockback, reduce attack startup. Oh, nice. So reduce attack startup on the 2K. So 2K right now is actually a 7 frame startup move. So now it's probably going to be a 6 frame startup. That's pretty good. Okay, and getting the actual buff everybody else got, of course. So being able to get that 2K 2D a lot better. Slow standing slash, reduce recovery. So theirs is also going to be, I believe, a 2 frame -2. Yep, so probably even on block like everybody else. A far standing slash, reduce the attack startup. Ooh, reduce the start setup, reduce the recovery, and reduce the frontal hurt. Oh, this is a disjoint now. So right now it's 13 frame startup. So that could be fair game to any. I don't know what they're going to change the startup to this. It could be anywhere from 10 to 13. I mean, 10 to 12. 10 to 12 seems pretty good, but this is going to be disjointed now. So one of the things when people are saying like, bro, this character, people were memeing this character when they first came out with everybody hitting their normals from like, you know, very far away and stuff. Disjoint now, baby. Disjoint now. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And less recovery. Same thing for crouching S. So crouching S, 2S is also going to have less startup. So it is 11 frames right now, and it's also going to be a disjoint. So we looking like a COD player out here. Nice. So far slash got disjoint, 2S got the disjoint. Okay, and the standing heavy got reduced recover. The standing heavy by itself is already a disjoint. This is one of the few disjoints that Testament already had, and this is going to have less recovery now, which is nice. So okay, the 6HS is also going to be reduced startup, brother. That move is huge. Decrease the horizontal blowback distance. So nice. They're going to be closer to you when you hit with this move now. Nice. And yeah, it's just going to have less startup. So it's at 25 now, so it's going to be lower than 25, whatever that could be. JP, JK now launches higher. JS, reduce frontal hurt box. Damn, we looking like high, bro. This is another disjoint, boy. Holy, another disjoint. Okay. For frontal hurt box going. All right. Grave Reaper. All versions. So these are the projectiles. All versions. Expanded frontal hitbox and hurt box of the strike. Okay. So there's a strike part right here. So there's a part where the scythe hits, you see, before the projectile comes out. This is going to be expanded. The top image right here, the top image. This is going to be expanded in both ways for the hitbox and hurtbox. That's what they're expanding there. Grave Reaper slash version. The strike hit now launches the opponent higher. Oh, so the S version is now going to launch a little bit higher. The S version is the one that goes straight. So maybe you'll be able to use this a little bit more in like some combo situations, maybe. Or maybe it'll give you more time to do some certain things because they're higher. They got to land a little bit longer. So just essentially will probably give you more like, you know, time to recover. Heavy slash, expanded lower hitbox of the projectile as it comes out. That's pretty good. I don't know why I need to be lowered though, but hey, I'll take it. Okay, so lowered hitbox of the projectile, reduce the attack startup. Nice. That's actually very good though, because sometimes there's times because you have to do, there's 3 different versions of this: uncharged, partly charged, and fully charged. So if we're reducing the attack startup, I'm guessing this is the I hope this is the overall startup for every version. Like if every version startup slowly like slightly decreases, like this go from like 16 to 14, this go from like 23 to 21, this go from like 30 to 28. This will help out drastically in some like combos and stuff. So I like that change a lot. Unholy Diver. This is the bird, right? The bird. Bird's the word. Now launches opponents higher when decreased horizontal blowback distance. Increase active frames after succubus transformation. Increase active frames. So also the succubus now lasts longer. Is that what I'm hitting? The succubus lasts longer when you hit it. Expanded hitbox after succubus transformation. Okay. And the crow will always fly forward in a straight line when the button is held, even if the succubus is, oh, that's good. That's super good. So like there's times where like you get the succubus out, where like you throw out this and then the succubus come on the screen and they see that, okay, the succubus is right there. So they're going to jump up in the air. Well, now you don't have to just send the bird to try to hit them and knowing they're going to jump in the air and you can't do anything about it. You could just say, oh, okay, I know you're probably going to jump here. I'm going to send the bird. They react to the bird. The bird just goes straight flying in the air straight, and you get to touch them. You touch them with the bird. That's good. And then remember, you can sort of disjoint the bird too, because if you already send the bird once and it comes back, it's already lower. So you could use that height again to like sort of make it go at a lower angle to catch them. Even if you miss it to where them going up, you could catch them on the way down and put them in block stun on the bird. Yeah, that's a good bird change. That's a really good bird change. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's really good. Possession now activates even on the upwards input. So once again, just, you know, everyone getting that change. That's whatever. Arbiter sign, all versions, reduce recovery. That's nice. This move has way too much recovery, I feel like, for no reason. You feel like almost punished by like hitting this move. Like there's times where this move hits the wall and like you're so far away, nothing else would hit. So then like you kind of just can't do much. But now if it's gonna have reduced recovery, you could probably like at least send the bird to fly over there to hit them, or probably do it again now. So I like this change. That's good. It has a lot of recovery already. I was like, geez. Let's see what else we got. Talk to me. What my succubus girls doing? Initial hit now bounces opponents higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. That is good. There's times where you would hit with this move and they will drop out of the hits. They'll get hit by the first part, and because like it just didn't like hit high enough, and because they like just moved farther away, it just didn't combo. So now you're going to be able to combo this a lot easier. So there's times where like you'll hit with 6H, and like the 6H they'll get hit with the first part after the 6H, and then they'll just drop out. Now it's going to be a lot more consistent because they're going to get hit higher up from the first hit, and then it's going to like blow back them a lot less now. So they're going to be more consistently getting hit by all the hits of the super. Nice. Good change. And Calamity 1, when blocked in the air, of course, lands more quickly. Wow. Just like everybody else. Yep. That is good, guys. Jeez, these are some good changes. This is a completely different game. This is a completely different fighting game we're about to play in 2 days. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous for sure. So many characters got chances to shine. Like, geez, some of these characters got OD. Kai sounds crazy. Baiken sounds crazy. They buff Zato. Millia sounds mad good now. Potemkin sounds fucking OD. Faust sounds good. Jacko sounds ridiculous. It sounds like a good time. I cannot wait to see the way the meta changes now that a lot of characters got bumped up in this way. And of course, with all the new universal system changes, it's a lot more to explore with every character inside the game. I honestly can't wait to see exactly what people come up with now. It's going to be ridiculous. I can't wait. I think next time for sure, when we come back the next time, tomorrow before the patch come out, we got to make a tier list saying who the biggest winners are. I think we'll do that. We'll do that next time. But yeah. That's the notes, man. That's my thoughts on the notes. Like I said, looks pretty good. Can't wait to get my hands on it overall and just see what everybody got to the show, because it's gonna be just like I said, almost playing a new game. And this one of the funnest periods of any fighting game is when you get big patches that change the game drastically. It's almost like playing the game for the first time again. It's like you get that honeymoon period all over again. I cannot wait.